Are you guys unhappy?
So Lafayette. Okay, shut the up.
I'm not scared of you, white boy. He is just plowing this animal.
I love you, but I didn't realize that battles that you were in had their own Wikipedia pages.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
we're like this. Watch it.
I think our accents.
Get off your shirt.
Y'all, the shows are almost sold out. Thank you all so much. It's an amazing experience. If you haven't got a ticket yet, go in the links below. Come check us out. We are looking forward to this. And a surprise announcement of the guests. Angry Cups, Chris and Wes, The Magicians, Caleb Francis, and one to be determined. Go check out the tickets below. Also launching a brand new business, ADEXConnect.com. Go check it out. We are stress testing the site right now. See if you like anything there. Unlocking local advertising through the peer-to-peer model. Through ADEXConnect.com, you can make money on a local level. Been working on this business for a year, so go check it out. Truly appreciate y'all. That's ADEXConnect.com. G-Man links.
That was good.
I just got to get that test one in. La 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 la. La 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 la. What do we have to crack open? We got to get a claw to crack too.
Bush lights.
So we grab that whole box of. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, show.
Fuck, we had to do White Claw too.
Yeah, you guys got to do white claw. You do double for me. I walk a different path. It's all right.
Oh, you're straight edge? Fuck yeah.
It's just much more, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have self-control, brain injuries. You know what I'm saying. You get it.
What's a brain injury?
Something that makes you interesting.
TB something?
Tibet.
The
I don't believe in TBIs.
Oh, there's a shirt.
I don't believe in
Damn, that's
TBIs.
good.
I'm just like,
That's a really...
Please don't talk to me. I have a TBI would be a good one.
it's like this podcast is Tibis and Tism.
Yeah.
Tibis and tisms.
TBIs and tisms.
Stacking them.
I didn't graduate from high school. I got a GED.
Did you?
No.
Oh, I'm the only one that has the good enough diploma.
You got a GED?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm the only.
If I could go back knowing what I know now, I would totally get a GED at 16. Move on with my life.
Bro, we had people in the Navy that didn't even get the GED.
They don't need that anymore. They just made a rule. You don't need a GED. You don't need a diploma. You can sign up in the U.S. Navy. Enlist today.
Look, all I'm saying, every time there's major global conflict, there's an economic depression right before it. So whenever the stock market crashes, just go sign yourself up for the draft because they're coming for you.
God, I didn't know that. They're just like,
just
hey,
passed.
you can just, man, that means recruit numbers are on an all-time high. When
Seems
they're
like
just
they're
like,
They're preparing for something.
What
Seems
was
like
the recent thing? They're starting to show white guys in Army commercials now. So it's like, oh God,
That's
we're
one
doing
of yeah.
something's happening.
Oil's back on the menu, boys. yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Tap, Nick Fat Electrician, veteran with a sign, Zach,
and our boy,
Donut
operator. My boy, how y'all doing? Hi, welcome, Mr. Zach. You're finally on the fucking show.
I did it. I
Where's
did
your
it
sign
finally.
at?
Yeah, where's your sign?
I don't have a sign, but it worries me.
You had
that,
one job.
Fuck this.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm fucking gone.
It's all right.
We
It's
just
all right.
leave.
It's all right.
I wanted 2 hours of you writing your answers.
Me being like,
He has a whiteboard. He's like,
come on, Eli. This isn't funny anymore.
I don't care.
Did you see that podcast?
Which one?
With Dana White, where he walked out on Howie. He's like, I'm so fucking tired of podcasts.
Yeah, I'm just done.
Hell yeah.
Was that staged?
I don't know.
I don't know, but my buddy Ginger Billy was the other guy in the room. He's like,
Oh, that was Ginger Billy?
yeah, that was Ginger Billy.
Yeah, because he didn't know what to say. He was
said
like,
he'd come on here.
I'd love to have him on. No, he's awesome.
Yeah,
gonna be
Dana
good
White
shit.
would be awesome. Oh, Ginger Billy. Yeah, he's fine.
Both. Do both. Do both.
I don't think he does podcasts anymore, to be honest with you.
He could walk off on ours. I'd be fine with that.
We'd be like,
Yeah.
Woo! Bring in the cutout. We just put a Dana cutout there. We're fine. We're fine.
it's the only 5-minute podcast we've ever had.
It's a short. We just upload it as a reel and that's it. We never explain the backstory. It's like, well, shit. Zach, welcome. How you doing? How you been? You've been wanting to come on the old podcast.
Yeah.
And we're glad to have you. We ate. We had a good time. Now we're doing fucking just boy stuff this week.
Just dudes being bros.
Drinking.
Real quick, we skipped out on the bill. I talked to him. I thought you went inside to pay. And so I was like, all right. So when we got up and walked away, no one paid the bill. And they texted Brandon. They don't know my number. They texted Brandon. Brandon texted me and went, oopsie, because none of us paid the bill.
Whoops. Oh, where they're like, can you, what do we do? Just send them.
No, I went back and paid it. We drove back by. But
Yeah, we hit it on the way back.
yeah. But we totally walked out on that because they texted Brandon and was like, so are they just skipping out on the bill today?
It's the beginning of the villain era. It's the villain era, the unsubscribe.
We're getting our villain arc.
Yeah.
Side note, fucking, I don't know if we were going to say that. We won't say the name because we want that place to continue
Yeah,
to be
don't
good.
do that.
But you need a loyalty card, and like after 10 times, we get a free meal because we spend a good
So
chunk
we
of
get
change.
a free meal every 10 days.
Yeah, exactly.
They wouldn't be able to sustain it.
They make their money off of us.
Yeah.
Like them.
It's
Well, it's just like when we go to, it's like the owner brought Heather a nice bottle of mezcal. And it was like, oh, if we spend $50,000 here, we get a bottle of mezcal. Hell yeah, dude.
it's shit like that where I wish it was like we could pull up a real life, like the Skyrim stats sheets to see all the different shit you've done. Like, how much time have we spent at brunch?
Oh, God.
How many drinks have we had?
It's
how
magical.
much money and booze? Like, that's what I want to know.
No, then we're going to have no hosts because everyone ended their own. We see how much time we wasted and money. We're like,
Medical professionals call this a problem.
Oh, speaking of veteran sewer slides.
sewer slides. We had a fantastic time with Brandon getting.
Where is he? Is he not like, there's a lot of veterans here and not a lot of Brandon. I didn't want to be the guy to bring it up, but
Yeah.
seems like he's not a big fan of veterans these days.
Oh, Jesus.
It's weird that all the veterans are here and Brandon's not here. I don't want to be that guy.
Break
If I
out the sign. Where's Brandon?
Where's Brandon? Wait, hang on.
The new Waldo book's going to be lit.
It's just a "Where's Brandon" sign.
It's weird.
Actually, GVAN, that's the thumbnail. Just cut that out.
Yeah, just
Just hold. Yeah, get that. Put it-
I'm just saying it's kind of weird, right?
just hold
He
it.
loves veterans so not that much, you know.
And then we'll use that as the cutout. That's perfect.
Some would say he doesn't love for veterans. I'm not a mathologist, but
Dude, he got. Again, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but it is the idea
Sorry.
of just. Oh yeah, we did talk about it on the last time, but it is so stupid for that battle he chose. And now, I mean, there's so many Twitter sphere. I know you wanted to talk to Cody about.
God. Oh, Cody being fucking hilarious on Twitter?
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I want to talk about it. This made my week this week. Just watching.
Cody is. You're the boys, and you're not
So-
Butcher. You're.
So Cody's ranked. What's your number for most influential person on Twitter?
11th in the
Sorry,
world.
X, formerly known as Twitter, the 11th most influential person ever. And
hell yeah.
somebody posted an article trying to slander Brandon.
Oh shit! Wait,
Oh yeah.
like 18 hours in.
refreshing.
What did he even say about Brandon?
He just brought up the whole thing where it's like he's celebrating, or not celebrating, but he's making fun of veteran suicide.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite because
Of what happened? Yeah, he took a 7-second soundbite out of a 3-hour podcast and I don't know, tried to slander Brandon with it. And Cody, I click on it, first top reply, 1 billion times more likes, just completely ratioed. And it's just, hey, is this you? And it is a chat of this dude talking to a 16-year-old child about being
It was
a
15 or 16.
it was grooming. Like he was grooming this kid.
Holy.
He was 15, 16.
Fuck.
And then every comment underneath Donut is just gifs of fucking wood chippers and basically threats. And I don't know. It was just really funny to see somebody be like, I'm going to talk shit on the internet. And like, oh no, now half the United States wants me to not exist. And then his account was privated. And then 3 hours later, it was deleted.
Yeah, that man deleted his whole account.
His whole account. And as a Congress or running for Congress, what's that dude
Yeah,
do?
he was running for some kind of Congress. I don't remember.
It was like a, I think
He's
it was
not
just,
running
it was just
anymore.
like a county seat or some shit. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
the-
We look out for our boys.
Yeah, maybe don't get on the internet and talk shit if you're, I don't know, been established and known for grooming children.
And
it
of
might
all-
come back to bite you.
All the bros that you're going to try to pick on or start shit with, this group is not the one you look at and be like, pussies.
Yeah.
Like, I would never look at any of you guys and be like, this is the battle I'm going to pick.
Yeah.
Go through their Twitter history, go through how they look. I'm like, well, they could me.
This could only go well.
They can just hold me down and do what they want.
We're definitely not like, it's going to be okay. They won't have a crazy response or overreact to it. We're going to overreact.
Yeah, like a Homelander comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cody's just beaming the eyes. And he's like,
Ashley, look at me. Yeah. It's just Cody tweeting.
You know what it was? It was the scene from fucking Austin Powers in Goldmember when the fucking anonymous henchman comes up to Austin Powers' dad, and you're the dad. Just what are you doing? Look at you. You have a name tag. Just go lay down. The dude deletes his Twitter account. Gone. Just erases himself from the internet for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about. Did we talk the Acorn? Did we talk about the
Dude.
Fuck.
I don't think we talked about it.
No.
bro? Out of there's like the Acorn. Cody, fill in on the Acorn situation.
God damn. It was a DV, not even a violent DV, domestic violence. Cop put the guy in the back of the cop car. He was walking back to the cop car to get a form. An acorn fell on the cop car, and he took that as suppressed fire from somewhere and did 2 combat rolls and like mag dumped into the back of the cop car where the guy was sitting. And so the female sergeant on scene saw him mag dumping into the back of the cop car, and he started screaming, I'm hit, they're in there. And so she starts shooting the cop car.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, you gotta set my channel back like fucking 6 years.
And the poor black guy inside, he's like, ah! just screaming as robots are like slow motion, just blasting next to him. And afterwards, he's like,
Dude, he was completely okay, wasn't
He
he?
was completely okay.
Yeah. He was
Awesome.
I mean,
Like, that's the best case scenario.
he's never
but
gonna have to
still,
work
that's
again.
fucking-
Yeah, he's
I hope not.
He's paid.
his PTSD. He has more PTSD than me.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
he had to have like buried himself like down, underneath the seat.
Yeah, just wedged himself all the way down on the floorboards.
Yeah.
Unless he was like, he's just like,
Because he's sitting there. Because they already searched him too, so he didn't have any weapons on him.
that's what killed me the most. I was like, he's
Behind his back, and it's
Well,
yeah. It was,
oh my! And then everyone was like, "Well, PTSD." And I remember I replied, I was like, "Bro, PTSD doesn't make me do 2 combat rolls getting shot at. I've never done 2 combat rolls ever. You know why? Because they don't
not
teach
trying.
you to do combat rolls when you're getting fucking shot at ever." And then someone replied, and like the Marines teach for hand-to-hand combat. You
No,
know
they
what?
don't.
You know,
Marine Corps martial arts.
hey, yeah, it's real, dude. What are you saying, man? It's totally real.
No, that's real. I'm just saying,
No, it's not real.
He's got a purple heart. He's not about to spam the combat roll button.
I've never seen anyone do it. If I saw them do it, I'd be worried if they started like combat rolling, especially if you're a National Guardsman that never deployed, which I think is what he was. Isn't that what he was? He'd never seen combat, and he screamed medic. Like
he said, I'm hit.
I'm hit. He did all the things that like you wouldn't do.
his legs gave out, and he thought he got hit in the leg or something. It's
not how it works.
Like, I'm hit. I'm hit.
Bro, that adrenaline dump for him, that was his fucking 9/11. Was that 3 seconds of not combat? And now his life, I guarantee, after that went viral, he just turned his phone off. He's like, sweetie,
We have to move.
Yeah, we have to move. We're starting over.
Leave the country.
We're starting over.
yeah, Canada's beautiful right now. Ecuador.
What do you think about Belize? You know?
It's just anywhere away from what the fuck we're doing.
Well, I see all of us like this room combined has the most PTSD in the world.
Yep.
And you're walking up to your car and an acorn falls on it. Like you'd be like, oh, okay.
Can I say something that's right up there with fireworks for me? Like, remember the people that made millions of dollars off the fireworks signs? They're from Texas.
I actually, one of my first internet videos was making fun of that shit.
What'd the sign say?
It says something to the effect of, please be aware that a combat veteran lives here. These fireworks can be triggering to the veteran, which I don't know.
Any of the veterans of
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
Yeah. I've
It's not like thunderstorms or 4th of July.
I mean, I've never confused a sparkler with an RPG, but that's just me. And like this guy and his wife had this huge con. They never gave it away to anyone. Yeah. Like, oh, what was that? Was that a Roman candle or incoming? No, it's a fucking Roman candle. It's not that complicated. And they got like 4 million and they gave it to veterans, which I don't even think they were veterans. They just kept all of it. But yeah,
Like we did our part.
Yeah, we helped.
I feel bad for you guys because I only did 21 push-ups today.
It's okay.
We noticed.
We're gonna end the podcast that way.
We noticed.
Blame Cody. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Congressional candidate's best friend makes a joke about.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, Mr. Zach, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I know you. What? Well, you're a Marine for people that don't know.
Yes.
Mr. Marine.
He's a Marine. First to fight.
And
Yes.
then you had a big push into
The war.
yes.
we talk
But
about
where in Afghan? Where's the huge I can talk about it.
Yeah, so I had two combat deployments to Afghanistan. One was in a town called Garmser in March of 2008, and it was we were like the first Marine Corps unit that had been there in a while. It was kind of cool. It was whatever. But the big one is I inserted into a town called Marja. It was a Taliban,
Marja was the
Taliban
big-
stronghold, yeah, in 2009 to like July 2010.
You were the
In
closest to. When did you get in 2007?
2007, yeah.
Yeah, like he's been the closest other than like Tyler and those guys. Everyone else is like, I got in 2016. I'm like,
No.
fuck, man. I'm
Yeah, you're
fucking
old as fuck.
Old as fuck.
You're
I know.
so old.
I
It
got
throws
in,
me off.
I got in with M82. I got in with Woodland.
Jesus.
I was issued Woodland. Everyone thinks
You got
it's cool.
issued Woodlands. They're like, we don't know where we're going.
Bro, he was issued an M1 Grand. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it was fucking. I didn't.
Talking about trench warfare and boot camp and shit.
Woodland's now the cool gear, and I fucking everyone despise.
It's
and
so
you-
retro. Fuck
Dude,
you guys.
Dude,
we
Woodland-
fucking
Woodland
despised.
slaps.
I fucking hated that shit. We were so happy
Bro.
with AC, and now we hate
Did
AC.
you have black boots?
They're
Yeah.
definitely not
You used to
worth
dress
it.
your boots?
Okay, the black
I had
boots
to
thing.
iron my clothes.
The black boots thing sucks, but the camo itself,
Camo fucked, yeah.
forever better
Forever.
than ACU.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What was-
Cam's the worst.
Who sold that contract? They're like, we're gonna make soldiers.
Oh,
you
I
know,
found it.
Like,
$1 billion.
I did that in my. I did a video on it.
It's gray. I don't want to be that guy. The
$1
Middle East
billion.
isn't gray.
we did $1 billion study on different urban camouflages that would be the best.
Hell
and
yeah.
then they just came out of left field and they're like, we want this one. And ACU Digicam wasn't even in the study for like 5 years. They decided on the multicam pattern from this $1 billion study.
Okay.
And then they just came out of left field and they're like, nah, we're going with this one. It looks futuristic
Yeah.
with no fucking background whatsoever.
Bro, that's like the worst camo pattern of all
It's
time
so-
is the navy
First
blues.
off, have you ever watched them?
Oh, yeah.
The navy blues is
fucking-
Because if there was ever a time that you wanted to be camouflaged, it was when it was like a man overboard
yeah, like if you
situation.
fall in the fucking water.
James, no. James
Oh,
is gone.
fuck is he?
James is gone.
Cody belongs to the sea now.
Bro, that fucking navy, that
Dude.
camo pattern was so bad.
Is it true? Somebody told me if you fell in the water, it would turn orange.
No, that's not fucking true.
I just wanna know how they
tried to
tested
tell
it.
us
They
that.
tried to tell you that's the same shit as like if you pee in the pool, it's gonna the cloud of color is gonna follow you around.
But
No,
it'd be hilarious because the fucking Navy
otherwise
SEALs.
you wouldn't be able to wash the clothes if
Dude,
that
they-
was the
they-
case.
I know. It's just what I was told. I was like, how does that fucking work?
Well, they told us that, and we literally took our new uniforms and went down to the ocean, like dumped it in the water.
You know
and
how
was
I know
like,
you're a
"Oh."
Marine?
Yeah.
Because you just asked if that was true.
Well, it was like a thing, and I saw them, and I was like, surely the Navy didn't make digital blue camouflage for the fucking ocean.
Just imagine Navy SEALs going on a mission and they're sweating and they're like, woo! Shit. It's like they're out on for beer. Holy shit. Shit.
They're all orange all of a sudden.
Yay.
I do like the new green outfits though.
Good.
The new like lime acid green color that they have, I
haven't
actually
seen-
really like.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
Talking about
either.
the Army uniforms?
No, the Navy.
They
The
have
Navy
green?
uniform. Yeah, oh, they look
Navy's going green
hot.
again.
Still, we've discussed this one time, but Tiger Stripe's still my favorite. Like
That's your
across
favorite of
the-
all time?
Tiger, I fucking fuck with Tiger Stripe.
I just saw I got a chocolate chip hoodie from
I don't know,
Americana
bro.
Pipe Dream. and
Chalky
it,
chip is so nice.
Chalky
it
chip's
reminds.
nice.
I remember seeing it on TV for the first time when we were kicking ass in Iraq, dude. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, chocolate chip!" It's such a good hoodie too.
My buddy has DC. I was like in with DCUs if you were overseas, and you'd be back into BDUs when you got back stateside.
Oh, that's the Marine Corps one, dude.
That's kind of fun.
No.
No, that's the Marine Corps digital pattern. They gave that to the Navy guys when I was in.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
that's-
the original.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I was there, bro.
He was there, man.
I was there.
Fucking.
But
Where were you?
I don't know. I like multicam the best. I'm gonna be honest.
Multicam's the best.
Is that M81? Is that the?
That's multicam.
That's
That's
Okay,
multicam.
that's
That's like
multicam.
branded actual multicam.
Okay.
Now multicam Tropic, I fuck with. That's
Multicam
the,
Tropic's
one
fucking hot
slaps,
as fuck.
man.
that's the M82 color, like the woodland, but
It's a brighter green to
Yeah.
it, almost like lime. It really does fuck.
That's that.
I like black multicam also. I know Grand Thumb hates it and makes fun of me for it, but I love it.
Hats up on Bunker.
Yeah. These
new
hats.
new unsub
I mean,
hats.
fair. I mean, only fucking losers wear multicam hats. It's not like I've worn that in every video I've ever filmed ever, but you know, it's fine.
always
Fair
wearing.
is fair.
Oh, yeah, we'll hold it up.
But
like
no,
this.
because like I was National Guard, so we had ACUs the whole time, and like multicam came out like 6 months after I got in, and I was like, those are fucking dope. And I spent the next 6 years being like, I want my unit to get the new uniform. I want my unit. We got it like 3 months before I got out. I got to wear it like once. I was pissed.
Do we? So we got our ACUs in 2006 or 7. What the fuck was that? Oh God! You scared
my
me. I thought that was a hard drive.
Acorns!
I just thought it was.
Whoa! Was that a Roman candle? Whoa!
We start combat rolling around the table. all of us in a circle. I'm hit. Duck, duck, goose.
Start giving tourniquets to ourselves. Fuck it. We're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
I'm hit. The show's like, wow, they're gay.
Blimey, they're gay.
Do you know what that is? That is the sound of the heavens opening up when I use my TUSHY bidet. Now, ever since I went to Japan, I always thought, man, how I miss bidets everywhere. Why aren't they a thing here? Well, now they are thanks to TUSHY. 3 million people love TUSHY. That's not even most of America. We need to change that. Now, how do we make that change? By getting 10% off your TUSHY with code UNSUB. HelloTushy.com/unsub. Hello Tushy wants you to remember one thing.
The time you're spending scrolling your phone isn't giving you peace of mind.
It's giving you hemorrhoids. And do you know what the leading cause of hemorrhoids is?
Prolonged sitting and wiping with toilet paper.
But the TUSHY bidet, it cleans your nice booty hole. Now, my favorite part of TUSHY, it takes me back to Japan. Come in the side. Now, when I have the options between using toilet paper and a bidet, I'm picking TUSHY every time. TUSHY bidet also attaches to your existing toilet under 10 minutes.
Stop wiping until you bleed.
Join the 3 million butts that have already made the switch to TUSHY.
For a limited time.
Our listeners get 10% off your entire order when you use code UNSUB. That's 10% off your order at HelloTushy.com with promo code UNSUB.
I want to know. What is it like coming from Ireland and then being friends with us?
I literally just asked her that. I was like, when you grew up a wee lass overseas, were you like, one day I'll move to the Americas and I'll hang out with a bunch of creators.
morons in Texas.
They'll have their channels. They'll talk about the war.
They totally won't talk about.
Imagine. I'm sorry, I don't want to shut on Ireland, but like imagine living in a country where you're not allowed to own a pocket knife and then moving and being friends with fucking Brandon Herrera.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a more drastic change.
Wait, you can own a pocket knife?
No.
It's for your safety.
You can't own pocket knives in Ireland or Britain or have I not shown you the zombie knife shit?
That's what they call anything that's like over like 4 or 5
So
inches.
in America,
Yeah.
we have ghost guns that
Whoa,
people
whoa,
are freaking
whoa,
out about.
easy.
In England, you can pull up news where they're like talking about zombie knives, and it's just like shitty gas station knives that look scary, where people are getting stabbed, and they're talking about them the same way America talks about ghost guns.
Yeah,
it's
it's
fucking
machetes.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's literal machetes. Idris Elba has like a full campaign against it. He's like, we don't like zombie knives.
He did a song.
Yeah. He has a whole song
He
to
did
it.
a whole song about zombie
He's
knives.
like, zombie knives are bad.
It's
We
hilarious.
aren't glad. Zombie knives are bad. Whatever. I don't know what
It's
it's.
the whitest rap I've ever heard. It sounds about right, though.
I mean, I don't know.
It's like a legal loophole too with the zombie thing.
Yeah, so the zombie knife loophole in England is the way that they define it's just like American gun laws where people are just fucking stupid, don't understand what they're talking about. But the rule with the zombie knives in the UK is it's only a zombie knife if it has writing on the blade. So like if it has any branding on the blade where it says like Zombie Hunter 5000, you know, all the dumb shit that gas station knives say, it's a zombie knife and it's illegal. But if it doesn't say that, it's completely fucking legal. So people are just ordering shit off Amazon and having it delivered, and the UK government's trying to shut it down. It's fucking wild.
Probably all say that then. They probably all have branding on them, don't they?
No, they don't. Because if you have branding, it's illegal. If they don't have branding, it is legal.
That is literally, it's gun laws. It's like,
I want you to do a video on all the UK police that have you, I know you.
Oh,
you've
I've
had
shit
to
on
see
UK police
all,
so much.
all the pictures of dudes that are like, kind of like how American police will pose when they bust like a semi truck full of drugs and they, you know, pile it up into a pyramid and they pose with it. Like, look at all the drugs we got off the street. UK police are doing it with like some dude's fucking knife collection. And there's like fucking kitchen knives and shit in it. And they're posing. Look at all the knives we got off the street. It's fucking wild.
King and country.
It's like chef's blades. They have to register chef's blades or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So like if you're working over there as a chef, you have to like go through some licensing process to have chef's blades.
when the fuck did this start?
That's
I don't
been years
I
now,
honestly
man.
don't know how
This is
they
my
were,
$200 tax stamp.
how are they ever in charge of anything.
I just want to cut celery. Like what the fuck,
That,
man?
is that blade over 10 inches?
Yeah. You got a license for that.
Hey, you got a license for that.
Can't be putting beans on toast with that blade.
Oh, we saw Christian Craighead yesterday. Speaking of,
Yeah.
we went
beautiful boy.
Yeah, Zach and I went and toured the Staccato facility. Their new facility is amazing.
Incredible.
And my God, the craftsmanship that goes into that stuff is cool. But yeah, Christian Craighead, Obi-Wan Nairobi himself was there. It was really cool. Got to hang out with him.
I haven't got to
us
meet him
soon.
yet. I want to meet him.
He might
He
be
doesn't want to
joining
meet
us
you.
soon.
fucking
He
I'm
said-
gonna ask him. I'm gonna see if he can be the first person that's still alive that I do a video on.
That's a weird-
He said
rad.
yes. I already talked to him.
I
about
know,
it.
but
Okay.
I want to.
You can ask him too.
He's such a dude too. Like he's slowly like becoming American because he's got his visa and he lives in Texas now. And he's like USA, USA, USA.
He walked up to us and he's like, "Hey, Zach. Hey, Cody." And then he turns to Heather and he's like, "Hello, darling." And like touched his heart. And I was like, "Dude, please save some pussy for me." Like, goddamn,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
Dude, anytime he he loves Sav, and he's like, "Hello, Sav. It's good to see you." Because this is his cleavage out. So he's like, "Fuck me, dude."
The British better not be coming.
I was like, "This is my distraction. This is how I'll beat you, Craighead." I'm like, "Titties, surprise titties." They're high. He's
That's
such
hilarious.
a gentleman,
No,
too.
he's such a good dude.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we were fucking. I love our tangents. We were like, Zach, you joined the military.
Yeah.
Here's your bad experience. Camo.
Yeah.
Fucking Christian Craig.
sorry.
Just like
Anyways.
deviated.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Afghanistan,
I've watched.
2008.
Yeah, finally. No, finally. Jesus fucking Christ. No, this is great. I really love this, and I love all of you, as everyone knows.
We love you too.
So I can't believe I'm here. This is so great. But yeah, I was in Marja. It's like a big fucking deal. Like people talk about it. There's a video from my company, Gunny. Gives a speech. He's like, John Glenn, first Marine to Earth in space. And like everyone's like, oh, that's so fucking cool. They weren't there. I was there. It was my company. And then like an hour later, we did the largest helo-borne assault since Vietnam. And it was
Wait, what
fucking
helo
insane.
did you come in on?
53s is what we had. The CH-53s, the Sea Stallions.
The ones that fall
I
out
knew
of
you
the
would know
sky all
big
the fucking time.
fuckers.
You know what?
boys.
Transformers 1, the one you see in the middle of the desert, like
The ones with the
No,
that's
those are
46.
the Ospreys.
That's a 40. No, Osprey scared the shit out of me. They barely fly.
I've done Blackhawks and Little Birds.
It's just a big bird.
Oh,
Yeah,
Is that the ones that look like the face?
it looks like a hind.
It looks like a
shit.
hind.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking huge, huge, slow moving.
Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
Yeah, no, it's basically that. Like we flew in, we dropped in, and like every day we were just out there moving and shooting. It was a fucking infantryman's like wet dream. Like literally operating out of like we'd go take over a place, we'd clear out the village, and then we'd like set up a patrol base, which is code for knocking holes in walls.
24-hour OP.
24 hours, yeah, but we would just stay there. We would just make patrol bases and then just fucking shoot, move, and communicate. It was awesome until it wasn't. So
That's how combat is.
yeah. It was a lot.
It sounds so dope until it's not.
How do you feel about the Marines getting rid of tanks and?
We couldn't use them.
Yeah, over there. Yeah,
No,
we didn't.
they would have
No,
rode.
I mean not over there. I mean like because now like the Marine Corps just doesn't have tanks. Period.
I think
like they're kind of changing like how the Marines have. They're gearing up for a different type of warfare than what GWAT was for the last 20 years.
It's weird. It seems like they have a plan in place. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm not saying they have a plan in place. I'm just
Seems like
saying
they have
like
a plan in place.
I feel like I've seen some people really upset that the Marines are losing tanks, but
Yeah.
on the other side, it kind of makes sense because like the whole Marine shtick is like we're ready to be whatever you need us to be at a moment's notice. And tanks are awfully inconvenient to fucking move around quickly.
Yes.
Well, it's I guarantee Zach can speak to this. You
Yeah.
won't have you're dismounted a majority of the time, even especially in urban environments. Bro, we always considered the striker a coffin. We're like, nope, get me the fuck out of that coffin. I don't want to. It can be on the main MSRs. We're dismounting. We're walking through. We're doing everything. Hey, we got a mission. How far is it? Fucking 1.2 miles. I'm like, fucking walking that bitch.
Walking.
And I would remember leading routes. I would get so nervous when I had to lead a route. First off, because you're in front, chances are you're going to be the one shot.
Yeah.
But also, I just be like, okay. And I would just count out in my head how many roads I had to pass and then take a left and straight and then take another left in my head. And then everyone would be like, Chris, are you sure we're on the right way? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
You're getting
My
so many,
autism's just like, yes. We're good.
so many viewers have PTSD right now from what you just said.
You said MSR and my arm got a little tight. I was like, damn, I hadn't heard this language in a minute, dude.
Yeah, dude, I just be like, well,
You were a point man?
what? Yes. Oh, yeah.
Fuck
we do
yes,
everything,
dude. That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
We
Team
got-
Wedge Squad column. Let's get out there.
Fuck.
Dude, hey, man, no.
Hey, but yeah, you don't use vehicles a majority of the fucking time.
No, we had like MRAPs and stuff, and there were like Humvees on like my first tour, but we just never saw them. Afghanistan, where we were, was so far. Like we went out so far. One time, we came across this guy on my first tour. This dude who had like maybe 4 fingers on one hand, and he yelled at us. He yelled at us, and he goes, "I'm not fucking scared of you, white boy. I was killing Russians before you were born." And I was like, "Good to go, sir." Like it was a fucking local. Mujahideen is what he was, dude. And like we were like, "All right, dude, we're good."
I was killing Russians before you
Yeah.
were born. It's cold as fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously he went a little too heavy with the ammonium nitrate once or twice, but he had my respect, and I was like, "Good to go. We'll see you around."
Do you watch Rambo 3?
Yeah,
God.
but he was just like out on the outskirts, and like it's just crazy because like when the Russians left, they literally left stuff in place. Like there was this one field we came across where there was a battalion of tanks just left, of vehicles. I don't know exactly what they were, but they were like literally just left there. And like over the years, they've been eroded by like some guy having like a plasma torch or coming across. And so you would see like sickle and hammered doors or like weird metal like put all over the place that they had taken from all the stuff that was just left there.
This is beer bong. That is a tank. It's
ours now, dude. It's ours now.
So weird.
It's weird. And there, I don't know. It's hard to even think about, but yeah. So the tanks question is one, they would erode the roads in Afghanistan because they were so small. I think the Marine Corps does better when it doesn't have all that stuff because they're supposed to be like a pioneering force. Like that's the whole idea is they go out and drop
Shock
in.
troops.
Shock troops, yeah. And the Army comes in and backfills and holds and sustains because of the size and scale. The Army, like at its peak, was 1 million or something, and then the Marine Corps was like 250. Yep. So, and I actually have a tank story from when I was in, the barracks of 1-6 at that time, we had like left in a, we were like this, and tanks was across the way, and like every now and then we would scream out "fuck tanks," like we would just literally scream out "fuck tanks" at this whole barracks of tanks dudes. And one night we all got into the biggest fucking brawl in the middle of the quad, just dudes being like, "Oh yeah, fuck 1-6," and then like doors start opening up. And then like we all met in the center at the smoke pit, like where the smoke pit was, and just it was a fucking ordeal, just us banging each other.
Our Marine.
Just an orgy of banging each other.
Well, no, fighting. Sorry, that was later. Sorry, we were fighting. Sorry. Well, sorry.
Are Marine tankers like ridiculously fucking enormous too? I don't know what it is about like the Army. Army tankers are the biggest fucking people per capita I've ever seen in my life. It's like a clown car. Just the biggest humans ever getting out of a fucking Abrams.
Oh my
It's
God.
ridiculous. They're huge.
Fucking, I never thought about that. Shoddy, one of our buddies, man, he's one of the most,
They're huge.
farmer boy, just farmer.
Corn-fed.
Boy. Yes, corn fed that just can just bench 315 and rep it out like
naturally,
it's
without lifting. Like
just nothing. And he just walk around like this. He's super nice, but he get out of the tank. Like you say,
dude,
you'd
the
be
tankers are huge.
They were huge.
Like they're not like Jack. They're just like big fucking humans. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ, holy shit. It's like a clown car every time.
they open the tank like the entire
Here's what the
top
Army
part, like,
tankers is like.
Yeah, they were burly. They were all like fullback size. Like they weren't made for tanks.
It looks
is what
like
I'm
it's
telling
manned
you.
by Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, basically.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
like, why don't we just put armor on them?
It would have worked. It would have worked better. It would have worked better. It would have worked
Can we
better.
give them nets?
I just picture pictures walking around with his armor. Just shitty Iron Mans.
Shitty Iron Man.
Like, we don't want to spend much money. Give him just a Glock. He'll be fine.
Dude, I watched that movie in Afghanistan when it came out. So we were there. We were at a British base. Something like it's called like New Delhi, and Prince Harry was there. That's what everyone said. They're like, oh, that's Prince Harry. That's what they said. I don't know. They all look the same. They're not American. You know what I mean? That's true. And we like all went and we got in queue, which I didn't know what that was for the longest. I'm like, get in queue. And I was like, what do you mean, dude? And he's like, get in queue. And we got in queue, which is line. We went in the chow hall, and they put in a TV that was like this big. And some like Russian dude had cam filmed Iron Man. And apparently Prince Harry came in there, and we were all like, it was the greatest movie ever, but it was really surreal watching it in Afghanistan, being like, fuck, dude, I don't know how to build a robot suit. Like, we're fucked if we get captured. Like, that's Tony Stark. He barely made it, man. I'm not making it. Fuck, I better not get captured.
Hard cut. You wake up, it's like, okay.
I'm just like
I'm gonna
looking,
melt some crayons.
I'm looking at like water bottles, being like, okay, like, ooh.
I'm still
They're
mad.
just full of urine.
Yeah.
Like, there's one bomb.
Dude, I can pee in any bottle. You find me a bottle, I can pee in it to this day. Running, walking, anything. It's the weirdest talent. It didn't help me get
Why
a
do you
job.
pee in bottles walking? You just turn around and walk backwards while you pee.
I'm just saying I could do it. It's called tradecraft, Nick.
Oh, all right. I mean,
You never
I
know.
walk and pee backwards. That's what I always did on ruck marches.
Your poor friends. Just you
Fine,
turning around,
no.
just hosing them down.
I was so far behind.
You
I'm
were in the
fat.
front.
I was at the end.
You're in the front. Nick's in the front.
He's just leading the formation.
Yeah.
I was just leaving evidence. That's
Just
all.
calling cadence, left, right, left. Yeah.
Or do we follow this? Start zigzagging.
Believe it or not, I was actually fucking in shape once and good at ruck marching.
I fucking hated that. You
I was
probably
so
hated
good.
it.
I love
Brother, you're speaking my language.
I loved it.
I would get behind some dude who's like 7'2" on a good day, and then
Fuck
like
you,
his
Habich.
his strides like this, and I'm just like, why am I not up front? Like I should be up front, and he's in the front. It's a nightmare.
And that's the dude, Habich, again, fuck you. He was like, oh, it's not that hard. 6'6".
Yeah.
And he's like, 1. And I'm like, 8 strides. Like jogging strides. He's like, why are you exhausted? I'm like, and I was a $140 at this point in my
You're
life.
like, I was running, motherfucker.
yes. Life fucking sucks.
yeah.
Eli, wake up. Huh? I know that the GHOSTBED pillow is super comfortable and has cooling technology, but we're shooting an ad right now.
You mean this GHOSTBED pillow?
That one.
Cooling technology?
Cooling technology. It's hot in Texas, but that's cool. Eli, I know you're cooler than the backside of a pillow, but with GHOSTBED, you don't have to turn the pillow over. It has cooling technology.
Every mattress has a 20-year warranty.
Some even have 25.
And you can try it out for 101 nights.
If you don't like it, you can send it back. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
I have hard feelings for GHOSTBED.
I have a hard feeling for you.
I'm really hard. The pillows have cooling technology.
And so do the mattresses.
The mattresses do too.
Hey, Cody, did you know GHOSTBED also offers bundles?
Bundles?
You get everything you need.
Just choose from your 4 mattresses and pick your bundle.
So whether you need a mattress and a frame, or you just want to choose it all,
Like their cooling pillows and sheets.
you can get the best bang for your buck.
Right now, GHOSTBED is offering 50% off everything if you use the code UNSUBSCRIBE. Click the link in the description or go to ghostbed.com/unsubscribe.
That's right, ghostbed.com/unsubscribe and get 50% off right now. Going back to OPs, so when you do your OPs,
Yeah.
I've told the story to you, Santanos, I want to say. So we did, it wasn't, Santanos came to us afterwards. He was part of ACO. Bico and everyone did a huge push through Moctadilla. And this is like fucking weeks of fighting.
Yeah.
And then every day's a firefight, blah, blah, blah. So they clear out the bad part in Moctadilla. I'm not part of this. As Santos falls asleep. You know the story. So he falls asleep. My buddy falls asleep. They're clearing, so we're doing a break. So it's like, okay, hey, we just did a big push. Okay, now we're going to the next market, and then we're going to do another big push. So he's like, okay, hey, fucking everyone nap up, sleep, get some sleep. Santos falls asleep. So naturally, what his buddies did were like, he's asleep. Okay, take his gun. Okay, take his gun.
Yeah,
Brother.
Yeah, you told me.
No,
this.
Brother.
Take his gun. Okay, we got his gun. There we go. Okay.
Those secondary trauma
Everyone
building.
dress up as fucking Middle Eastern dudes. And this is in a war zone. So, okay.
He starts saying his general orders.
2 Terps go up front. So now everyone's in fucking balaclavas, covered up, nothing showing. And then he's getting, by the Terp, getting kicked. Speaking fucking whatever over there is Arabic to him, kicking his feet. And they have AKs because we gave the Terps AKs. And they're like telling him to get, they're like, what the fuck? So he wakes up, he's like, gun's gone. Fucking heart's like they're yelling in Arabic at him. He has no fucking idea what's going on. He is now think he's gonna be a fucking on live leak.
Yeah.
Doing a viral video.
Yeah.
Don't you let me get my head cut off on the internet.
Yeah.
And then he's like freaking out. He gets up to like fight, and then they take off. And like, dude. He's like, fuck you all. I thought I just got captured, and you all left me. He just thought he got left.
That's like
He almost got bird dog,
that's like
dude.
he might have PTSD from a joke.
Every night he goes to sleep and he's like, it's fine, I'm safe, I'm fine. Like, no fucking way. I'm not risking it.
Not again.
Not again. Caught me once.
You ever seen Body of Lies with Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe? Where like they keep telling each other, make sure I don't get my fucking head cut off on the internet. That's what he was thinking, man. He's like, oh God, oh God.
I was like, man, that is so fucked. Because I would have been absolutely that like waking up to that when you've just been in like harsh combat. Oh, buddy. And
Damn,
you think
dude.
your team just left you? You're just like,
Oh God, oh God.
oh no. Uh-oh. Fuck my life.
I thought it was a lighthearted, like, we put his rifle behind the shitter story. Like, no. Something like,
That's right. That's right.
we hit his gun. Hee. Like, you're like,
Now
no.
everyone dressed up as terrorists.
We started screaming at him in Arabic, kicking him. That's so great.
Welcome to the U.S. military.
Yeah. Welcome.
You can't have thin skin, dude.
No, you
It's
can't.
a war zone.
Well, it's a war zone. You never know what you're going to see. And there's so many different things that happen, from like weird trauma to like, all right, I'm going to tell a story that I promised to only tell here and on Joe Rogan. And it's about my friend Matthew Gorskevich on his 21st birthday. If I could tell the story.
This is gonna be good.
Okay, so we're in a town called Garms, Afghanistan. We're in the
Wait, you've never told this before?
Not publicly, no. Hang on, wait. I love you, Christy. Please turn this off right now. Please. You already know what I'm going to say, and I love you. But so
divorced.
no, I mean, here we go. So children too. So here's the thing. We're on our first tour, and like you're on what's called post. And for anyone who doesn't know, it just means you're looking out of a hole and you're like trying to stay awake. So we're in a town called Garms where no one ever been there in a long time. And like we had done, so you do like the initial insert and you like see some, you clear and then you seize and you hold and build. That was the technique we used in Afghanistan at that time. And so we're like there, and I'm talking to Matthew Gorskevich. It's his birthday, and he's like, I'm turning 21, and I was 20, and I was like, this is fucking cool. We're like talking about like dumb shit that we're gonna do when we get home. Is there anything I can't say?
No.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, G-Band got it.
Okay.
Well, let me.
Do you have a
let me-
lime? No, do you have a lime one?
A lime one,
And a
please.
bush. I want both.
No,
Yeah,
I have.
dude. Hey,
Bring
no.
both.
Hey,
both.
get
I'm
a Bud
gonna buy
Light
a
for
new
Shane
Toyota.
Gillis. Get a Bud Light for Shane. Shane's one of the
Shane.
boys.
Shane is a boy.
Is
Dude,
he coming on?
Dude, there's so
I
much.
want to talk history with that guy.
Dude, I bet you, if we were to lock you two in a room, it would be like an infinity symbol.
It'd be the worst
like just
fucking
you being
history.
like,
Yeah.
He's like talking about,
It'd
well,
be the worst
Napoleon's at
history
the French
podcast
Wars.
ever.
But
Stonewall Jackson was fucking autistic. Communism sucks. Yeah, no, it'd be great.
Down syndrome.
But so we're on post and we're like tired as hell, and we can't really do anything but like talk to stay awake. You're like saying like dumb, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go do that. You're just saying whatever. And we were watching this main road, and we put pamphlets out. We talked to the locals. We told everyone like, hey, don't fucking walk down this road. Whatever you do, don't walk down this road. There's people are moving ID materials up and down this main thoroughfare. If you're on this road at night, it's bad for you, right? Cool. Sitting there watching, and he's like, oh, dude, look at that. And two guys come out, two bros and a donkey.
Military-aged males.
Military-aged males, excuse me. Thank you. Two military-aged males and a donkey start
Bros.
moving down the
Definition of
thoroughfare.
bros.
It's not that unusual. It's like 130 during the day in the shade, so they'd move around a lot at night. You hear goats and shit.
Despise the weather.
Yeah, it's fucking nightmare. It melted a watch I had, actually, like one of those fucking Garmins that would like give you like dope and shit. And
It gets to 104. People don't believe this. On rooftops, if
Yeah.
it's like it will get to like 142 on concrete. It's like 148.
It melted my watch. My watch that could go deep to the
Whoever
bottom of the
doesn't
ocean.
believe that's never been on a rooftop in July anywhere.
And then put that on hell because that's where like Iraq's like the sun.
And, yeah.
Right.
And then the ground's exploding. And then there's bullets everywhere. It's a bad fucking place, dude.
Not heaven.
Yeah, not heaven, no.
No, it's not.
But we're like talking and so we see these two guys come out and we're like, oh fuck yeah, dude, they're on the road. Fucking get down, right? He's got a gun, I got a gun, we're waiting. So we call up to the COG, the corporal of the guard, and go, hey COG is post 1, 2 military age males and a donkey right here out in front of us. Roger, what are they doing? And I'm like, oh, they're just kind of standing there in the middle of the road. Roger, I'm coming in. Fuck it. He comes over and he puts his head through the thing and he looks and he goes, Roger, yeah, 2 military males. If they start doing anything, you fucking let me know. And by this, so we're living in the same area where we have fucking Marines living because it's a small building and people are like kind of moving around a little bit. And they're like, what is it? And they're like, that's 2 fucking guys. So he's on a 240. I'm on a 240. Like, we're going to saw these dudes in half if something happens. And they just stop moving. And so now more and more people are waking up, the whole platoon. There's like squad leaders, team leaders, and all these people are like, what the fuck's, they're like looking out the hole and it's just like, all right, cool, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden they just stop, like dead center in front of us. And he's like, if they fucking like pull out any materials, you just fucking drop them. Cool, roger that. And they stop. And then the one guy looks around. He walks to the front of the donkey, and the other guy looks around. He walks to the rear, the hindquarters, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "They're just standing there. One's the front, one's the back." And the first guy takes his shirt and he puts it in his mouth like this, and then he just starts fucking the donkey in front of us.
So what happens if they pull out a dick?
He just starts fucking the donkey in front of us. And so all you can hear in this room is, holy shit. And so he is just plowing this animal. I'm so sorry, show. He is just plowing this, just slamming. And his friend, his bro, his obviously really good friend, has it. You would probably do it. You'd probably be really good at this. Has him in like a choke, yeah. And he's just like holding the donkey right there. Has it like
he has the donkey in an armbar. The
donkey's just like, and he's just slamming it, and he's like rubbing it. It's the weirdest part. He's like trying to caress it, like it's gonna like smooth it over, be like, it's okay. And he's slamming the ass of the ass. He's slamming ass and slamming ass, and then like everyone's like, we're waking up the lieutenant, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? And we're like, they're fucking donkeys, sir. And he's like, no, they're not. And he like pokes his head, like goes, holy shit, I gotta tell someone this. And so we report up that there's a guy fucking a donkey, and he's like, what do I do? You can't just shoot a donkey that's being fucked by a guy that be common donkey everywhere. Nobody would believe you. And so he's just slamming this animal, and then he stops, and it just comes to an end. And like, thank God, thank you, Lord Jesus. And then,
whenever you write this in.
And then he looks at his friend, and they fucking swap. And so his friend takes the donkey because they're good friends. And then this friend starts fucking it. And I'm like, sir, please let us kill this fucking donkey. It doesn't deserve this life.
I just pictured.
It's the worst moment ever. And Gorskevich looks at me and he goes, this is the worst birthday of my life.
You've been telling me the entire time I've known you, I need to come on the podcast and tell the donkey story. And if I would have known that you were just going to ruin Shrek for me, I wouldn't have come.
Dude, they did. They both did.
They came.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine.
Okay.
I was just like, there's no way we're teaching these guys how to vote. Like, their favorite activity. Like, if it was us, we'd all be fucking a donkey. Like, it was so
Democracy's
bad.
not going to work.
We're like, how do you guys feel about elected officials? I don't know. Do I get the fucking donkey? No, it's not fucking donkeys. And then they left. That's the weirdest part. Is like they came out, they fucked a donkey in front of us, and then they left. I think they established dominance. So I think they own us on some level.
I just picture the donkey. It's like a movie scene. You have the sniper rifle and the zombies, or the donkey just looks. It's like. You see the eyes, it's like, end me. It's like, please God, do this.
Bro, I just want to know how they determined who was first. Were they like rock, paper, scissoring over there that day? Just like, all right, who's going to get old girl first?
I just love
Going in the house, that's what they did before. It's like,
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
2 out of 3.
before we go fuck the donkey in front of the Americans, we should settle this first. 1, 2.
Who's gonna fucking put it in a chokehold first?
It was the weirdest. And I was just like, man, this is too much. Like, please just let the ground explode again. Please let them shoot at us again. Anything but this, dear Lord, please.
Hard cut to the donkey in a
Yeah.
shower, sitting there in cold water, running out, sitting up,
Crying.
I always like to
Eddie
imagine.
Murphy voice.
It's something in the wind. Yeah.
Poor donkey.
Like,
I can't listen to Smash Mouth anymore. I can't watch Shrek with my kids. Thanks.
I told you it was a good story.
Jesus
You ever heard a
Christ.
story like that? You gonna talk about that on Fat Electrician, the Fat Files? Today on the Fat Files, we're talking about the donkey sodomy and happened in Afghanistan. You gonna do that one? Yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about.
I'm preoccupied. I'm talking about the Fury movie and chickens.
Boom! The year's 2024. Do you know what that means? A new look for you. Manscaped has the 5.0 Lawnmower Ultra. That's right, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is a man's cheat code to looking good, feeling good, and have all the confidence. Whether you're looking to maintain a trim or make sure everything's gone, this has you covered. Trusted by 10 million men worldwide. I actually use this. I endorse this. I use all their products. Equipped with 2 skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little bit off the top, and a new foil blade to take everything off comfortably. And for the dudes out there that want a full grooming experience, look no further than Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0. In that grooming kit, you get the trusted lawnmower, Manscaped's ears and nose hair trimmers, and essential aftercare products with the Crop Soother, Ball Aftershave Lotion, and Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant. Head over to manscaped.com and use code UNSUB and get yourself 20% off and free shipping. Oh, I love free shipping. Make your balls and your spouse happy.
Can you talk about the Fury movie at all? When's it? Oh, okay.
It comes out tomorrow, so this will be way after.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Fucking
So
this guy is a fuck.
The Fury
hard
movie,
ass.
the Fury
Hard
movie is
ass.
the
This
Fury movie is
history.
like
Go.
semi based off of a real person. The final battle scene is actually based off of Audie Murphy, which is the most decorated soldier in World War II. But the rest of the story is based off of a guy named Lafayette Green Poole. He was a twin. He had a twin brother. Him and his brother, right after high school, tried to join the military in 1937. And they both tried to join the Navy. He got kicked out, or he got rejected because his eyesight was bad. And then a couple years later, the draft got instituted, and I think September 16th, 1940, as we were getting ready to go to war. And he goes in and he's like, well, the Navy knows that I have shitty eyesight, so I'm going to go try to join the Army. He joins the Army. He fucking cheats the eye exam. He gets in. He becomes a tanker.
Wait,
And,
rewind. Tell the story. You had me dying when you explained his eyesight. This story of it, the eyesight is fucking amazing.
Which one?
When he's just like,
Oh, no, that was Lost in Red Ramage. That was my last video.
oh, okay.
So I don't know what it is, but every fucking war hero I cover was initially rejected for having shitty eyesight. So there was this dude, Lost in Red Ramage, the first submarine commander ever to win the Medal of Honor. He was rejected for having shitty eyesight. And
That's a whole video series for you. The bad eyesight of heroes,
dude,
or
and
something
then
like that.
Hell yeah.
So Lost in Red Ramage, rejected for eyesight. You're not allowed to work in a submarine because your eyes are bad.
because you
Hey, you're in a fucking submarine. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, you need to see far in a submarine.
Yeah. So like he was rejected, and then he had Augustus Willis Ching was his nickname. Lee, dude
he
was
Asian?
Asian American,
Okay.
and he was. His eyesight was bad. This is a video I'm gonna do in the future. His eyesight was bad because when he was a kid, he was in like 7th grade and he was chewing tobacco, right? And the teacher got mad at him. This is like 1920. The teacher got mad at him, took his fucking chewing tobacco and threw it in the wood furnace in the corner because that's how they heated the fucking school at this point in time. And he's like, cool, do it again, bitch. Showed up the next day and filled his fucking chewing tobacco pouch full of fucking black powder.
Hell yeah.
And he was like sitting there chewing. And the teacher confiscated it and threw it in the wood burner and fucking blew the entire thing up. And he was so close, it ended up like burning his corneas and causing eye damage. So he had really bad eyesight for the rest of his life. But his dad was a doctor and he was like really gifted at shooting guns, but he had glasses, so it was fine. Yeah. He ended up going to the fucking Olympics, winning, I think, 8 or 9 gold fucking medals for sharpshooting in the Olympics. And then he goes to join the Navy. They're like, your eyesight's too bad. Motherfucker's got 8 gold medals for sharpshooting, and you're not going to let him join the fucking Navy? So he joins the Navy. He ends up being literally the greatest battleship commander the world has ever seen. He ends up being the only... So he was
slayed.
He was the commander of the USS Washington, which was the last battleship to sink another battleship in battleship on battleship warfare. It was fucking dope. He sunk the Japanese Kirishima in World War II. So that was a huge deal. Anyways.
The eyesight thing. A quick synopsis of it is like, homeboy accidentally went through. This is the same guy with the bad eyesight. Goes under, is in formation with everyone. He's like, yo, they don't know I'm here. I'm a fuck shit. So he's just like walking. He just blended in with everyone and just started fucking everyone up with it. Everyone. And then they couldn't shoot because they had tankers.
You're talking about Ramage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ramage, he was a submarine in World War II, and he was initially, basically he was at Pearl Harbor when it happened, and he was like a radio technician and a sonar technician at Pearl Harbor. So like he was fucking there, and he volunteered to go out in a submarine, and they went out, they sunk a sub, and then they decided to give him his own sub, the USS Trout. They went out, they ended up sinking. I think they sunk like 3 ships over 3, they call them war patrols, like 3 big missions.
So Pearl Harbor was his like hero arc. He's just like,
that was
they want to do this.
Dude was fucking ready. So he goes out like wanting revenge. And at this point, the plan with submarines was basically like send them out, go sink enemy ships, period. Like your lone wolf operation completely. He ends up sinking 3 ships. But he shoots way more torpedoes at ships than he sinks. But the Mark 14 torpedo was like notoriously shitty. So like he had actually shot the Kirishima, which Willis Ching Lee sinks later. He had shot it with 5 fucking torpedoes, and all 5 of them were duds. That's how shitty the Mark 14 torpedo was.
Accuracy by volume. But
the politicians were like, "Oh, the torpedoes are fine. You just have bad aim." He's like, "No, I watched them fucking hit it. They just don't blow up," which is like well supported now. But at the time, they're like, "No, you just have shitty aim. Shut up."
Military.
So, he ends up he does like 3 war tours, and after 3 war tours in a sub, you were basically kicked out of that sub because they were worried that you'd become too conservative or too reckless at that point. So he got kicked out, and then he got sent all the way over to Maine, where he got to like oversee the construction of his new submarine, the USS Parche. And then he sailed it all the way from Maine to Pearl Harbor, and then he went out on a mission again. And by this point in time, it's like 1943, 1944, and they had adopted a different type of warfare where you're not just going out lone wolf style, you're going out with like 3 other subs in a wolf pack. So they were going out in this wolf pack, and they encounter this huge convoy. The other one member of his wolf pack ditched out because they had damaged their submarine somehow. The first wolf pack guy like pops up, dumps his torpedoes. I think they had 6 in the front, 4 in the back, 10 torpedoes, right? Like shoots all 6 torpedoes, does a U-turn, fires the 4, he bounces. Ramage is fucking pissed. So he fucking goes in.
This dude by himself.
He like, because the first dude had shot his torpedoes, they end up abandoning, and all the security forces on this Japanese patrol like fan out looking for subs. And he does this evasive maneuver where he basically does a 270-degree turn, and he fucking pops up, and he's in the middle of this Japanese fucking convoy of boats. And he's like in the cargo ships and all the military ships. He's like in the middle of the cargo ships that are being protected by the military ships. And he's like, fuck, what do we do? It's nighttime. The Japanese don't fucking have radar yet. They have no idea he's there. He's standing up on the deck of the submarine like,
target rich environment.
Fire at that one. And he fires and they fucking miss. And then everybody's just like, and one of his guys is like, bro, they got aircraft carriers over there. So he's like, okay. So they like penetrate. There's like 30 fucking ships in this cargo formation. So they penetrate deeper into this formation trying to sink these aircraft carriers. They get up to them. They're not aircraft carriers. They're tankers, right? But that's still a huge objective. Like big ship. Yeah. Japan is already struggling with oil. It's a big deal to take out an oil tanker. So they're like, all right, we're going to take these fuckers out. So he fucking fires like a bunch of torpedoes at one oil tanker. and then turns, does a U-turn, fires a bunch more. And at this point in time, like once you fire your torpedoes, like that's it. Like you submerge and you leave, because you can't just reload mid-combat. They're 20 feet long and they're 3,000 fucking pounds. Like there's cranes and winches and dudes getting hernias involved with reloading these fucking things. They're like, nah, we're staying on top of the water. Reload the tubes. And he's just fucking dodging gunfire and shit as his crew's trying to reload the tubes.
Cody, imagine you get that call. This is you're a private, and they're like, "Hey, get one to the front." You're like, "What?
No, sir.
What? Yeah,
No, sir.
why?" And then you're just like this, like you and your buddies are like, "Fuck, don't drop it. Do not fucking drop it, bro." And this is a tight area, so you're just like red lights. It's shitty, and you're just trying to get it in the fucking hole.
What does the sir want to do? What the fuck is happening, man?
It's backwards. We gotta go back. Turn it around.
We're in the center. Does he know we're in the center? We're so fucked. Oh my god.
Yeah, he ends up firing like 19 fucking torpedoes at one time, reloading multiple. First submarine commander to ever reload torpedoes in mid-combat and fucking keep fighting. Sinks 5 Japanese ships, takes no fucking damage, submerges and gets away. He ends up getting the Medal of Honor. Is pretty dope story.
Dude, I want to fuck this, cut this. Let's go to a fucking recruiter right now. You don't need
Yeah.
a GED.
We're
You don't
joining
need
the military.
anything. Dude, let's go to the Navy. Let's get some subs up, dude.
The gang goes SF. Oh, we're doing it again.
The gang
guys.
got turned away for age.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been waiting for the military to get a hold of me for a PSYOP contract, but that hasn't happened yet.
Fingers crossed.
I'm hoping for it.
Dude, that story goes so hard. Oh, but with the eyesight, he just memorized.
Oh yeah, so he goes in, he fails the eyesight exam, and then they're like, "You fail," and he's like, "All right." So he comes back the next day, and he had memorized the chart, but it was the same optometrist, and the dude's like, "I remember you from yesterday." So he goes up and changes the board, and Ramage is like, "Fuck," and he's like, "All right, cover one eye." So he covers his bad eye first, and he's like, he reads all the fucking shit, and he's like, "All right, cover your other eye," and Ramage goes and rereads all the shit. He fucking gets away with it. And so he ends up joining the Navy, becoming one of the best submarine commanders ever.
It's such a dope, like that one. I remember texting you at like 2 a.m. I was like, "Bro, I just watched that video. It's so fucking boring."
But yeah, no, then the Fury movie, it's the same thing. Dude got fucking rejected. So his brother joined the Navy. He ended up going to college. And then after that, he ends up joining the Army. He cheats on the eye exam right out of the fucking gate to get in. And then, so this is the funny part. So because this video is not out yet, so nobody knows this. Dude ends up training for like 3 years from 1940 through like 43. He's training in a tank. He trains in Pennsylvania. He trains in Louisiana. He trains in the Mojave Desert in California. And he assembles like this badass crew. Gets shipped off to England. He's training in England, getting ready for D-Day because he's going to go in right after D-Day in a fucking tank. And fucking while he's in England in 1944, like early 1944, like January, February, Joe Louis, the world heavyweight boxing champion. Yes, the boxer. One of like
the greatest all-time
greatest. One of the
Joe
all-time
Louis.
greatest. One of the
pound for pound, everything, like a
amazing
fucking monster,
boxer.
and also joined the military.
Right. So he was there doing a fucking tour, going around every day, going to a new unit, boxing an Army guy just like for morale shit, right?
Beating the shit.
But morale,
come on.
Lafayette, no, he was being cool. He was being cool.
Are you guys unhappy?
So Lafayette Poole
I just saw a German guy fuck a donkey. I don't want to get beat up.
Lafayette Poole, War Daddy, had been boxing his whole life at this point. He was fucking 40-0 in boxing.
Hell yeah.
And
Jesus.
he got put in to go up against Joe Louis, and he's like, previously to this, while he was in the Mojave Desert in California, he had won the California State Golden Gloves Championship and had the chance to go to Chicago for the national title, but he's like, nah, I got to stay with my fucking dudes. We're going to war or whatever. So he turned it down. He goes to England like 6 months later. Now he's got a chance to box the world heavyweight champion. So he's like, fucking, here's my shot, right? Lafayette Poole goes in. Joe Louis being completely cool. He's boxing a new dude every night. This is a glorified sparring match to him. He's not trying to hurt nobody. He's being cool as shit.
It's a little dog and pony.
Yeah, he's just doing. Lafayette Poole goes in and just throws a haymaker and connects. It staggers him.
Oh my gosh.
Joe Louis
Gates
locks up with
red.
him, and leans in, and is like, "I'm gonna teach you a lesson," and then beats the fucking shit out of Lafayette Poole for the rest of the match. But he doesn't get knocked out, so everybody's like, Huge win.
Yeah,
Didn't
huge
get knocked
win.
out by Joe Louis. That's
His
incredible.
face looks like a pumpkin. And he's like, we won.
Joe Louis got like a 95% knockout rate, and he didn't get knocked out. Huge win, right? So,
Damn.
And then literally 2 months later, he's on the beaches of Normandy, 2 weeks after D-Day, and goes into World War II. He's in combat for 81 days. He goes from Normandy, drives all the way through France, through Belgium, up to the Siegfried Line. And in 81 days, this dude fucking is credited with taking out over 1,000 German infantry soldiers, 12 tanks, 200 some odd armored vehicles, capturing over 200 POWs all in one tank. Complete fucking animal. And then at the Siegfried Line, his loader, so John Bernthal from the movie Fury, his loader, Jailbird.
Yeah. I'm not dog.
His
Not
brother
dog,
his
yeah.
brother was a tanker, and his brother had died in combat. So because of that, he had been sent all the way to the rear for like an eye exam, which was bullshit. The command did it just to get him out of combat because he was the last son in that family. And they didn't want anything to happen to him because like they were 2 weeks away from getting sent back to America because they were the best tank crew America had, and they were going to send them back to be heroes and sell war bonds. And so they sent that guy to the rear, and they sent Lafayette Poole had been spearheading all of France, all of Belgium. He was the first fucking tank in, and they finally set him to the rear. And that night, a German tank unit snuck past the line and ambushed them, and they were the first fucking tank they hit. And the fucking first round this Panther tank fired, fucked up. Their tank was called In the Mood. It wasn't called Fury. It was nicknamed In the Mood. Was the name of their tank. So
It's a porn title. That's why they named
it was
the movie
fucking
that.
great. No, it was from the song, but yeah. Anyways,
Dude, you're a fucking
Yeah,
wealth
you're
of
good.
information.
No, go.
no, you're good.
What song?
In the Mood.
In the Mood?
Yeah,
It's just like,
you know the song In the Mood. I'd play it for you, but it's copyrighted.
I don't know it.
You do. You would know it as soon as I played it for you. In the Mood.
I don't know
Anyways,
music.
I'm in the mood with my
so
gal.
the dude that replaced Jailbird ends
40s
up.
music.
Poole like orders fire. They return fire on this German Panther tank, and then he orders fire again. But this new guy that they just got fucking fumbles, ends up jamming the gun, and then
Just like in the movie.
the Panther tank gets a second shot off on him and fucking fucks up the tank. Poole gets ejected from the tank, and his leg is just fucking shredded by shrapnel. And he lands. He has you know what a morphine syringe is? It's like
Yep.
a single serving morphine dose
Yep.
they had in World War II. He fucking injects himself with a morphine syringe and tries to cut what's left of his leg off with a pocket knife.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And the other American tanks start hitting this Panther. They knock the Panther out. Poole is fucking trying to cut his leg off with a pocket knife, yelling to get back to his tank. And a tank crew commander runs over to him, hits him with another morphine syringe, and then calls the medics. And Poole's trying to get back to his tank. The medics come, hit him with a third morphine syringe, and he passes out. He ends up fucking waking up in a hospital in Texas. And dude spent 22 months in the hospital. Didn't get out till 1946. It was wild.
Damn.
God damn, dude. Those wars were so, like that level of combat, I cannot envision in my head. Because Zach knows. You were your unit lost, like, I was like, holy shit.
10 guys. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think 10, 12 guys. I would have to look at it.
And that's like,
it's crazy. Yeah.
for
That's
reference, is that like having 10 guys to 12? It's insane for a battalion, right?
yeah, battalion.
Battalion to lose that, because it is a very rare thing
I'll look at it.
for battalions to lose that many guys. When Zach said that, I
it
was
was
like,
a different era of warfare, though.
Oh,
in
I
World War
know.
II. Like, I think
and that's why you're losing entire battalions.
Poole's unit. So when they first landed in France, they had what was called hedgerow warfare. So the German crop fields, or the French crop fields were basically separated by what they called hedgerows. It was basically like bushes and trees and shit, separating the different fields of who owned what.
That's what's in Afghanistan.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. So they were going through that, and they were in theater for 6 days before they went on their first mission. They went through like their first couple of fields, and they got ambushed by a German anti-tank unit with German 88 anti-tank guns and Panzerfaust, which is the basically an early version of an RPG. It means armor puncher or tank puncher.
It was the one with the giant shield, right?
No, it just looked like a big fucking. It looks like a fat man. It looks like an RPG. It's like an antique RPG basically, and
I know what you're talking
they
about.
walked right into this fucking ambush, and Poole's battalion lost 25% of 177 dudes and 18 M4 Sherman tanks in like 8 minutes. It was
War is so different then.
It's fucking gnarly.
Because 10 is like 10
10's a lot. 10's a lot. We lost. I mean, like, so what happens in Afghanistan in particular is
stays in Afghanistan.
Yeah, well, it's the graveyard of all empires. It's a graveyard of all empires. But 70% of the world's opium comes from there.
Yep.
And so they would harvest it. And so what I would do when we would walk through a field is I would squeeze the poppy plants to see how close they were to being harvested. So like if they're like hard, they haven't like bloomed yet. So you got like 2 months. And then if they started to get like swollen, kind of like an orange, you got like another month. And then if they start having scratches on the side of them, you're going to start having problems because they've already taken the opiates out of it. But it was the spring offensive and all that dope would go out and all that cash would come in. And it was rough. I mean, we had the A&A there. They were worthless. They would like walk off all the time. That was a big thing they did. No, there was one time, I think the time's up on it. I did commandeer a Toyota Hilux once. That was pretty cool. I'd use that to drive down the road and pop some rounds out of a Dushka.
I'm not allowed to own one because of chickens.
It's incredible.
I own one. I don't know why you don't have one.
I can tell you, I didn't know Toyota was a big sponsor of the war, but they are. They might need to look into that.
They're really upset about it, actually.
No,
they're really mad about it.
I mean, they're
Why are these terrorists using our vehicles?
I'm telling you, dude, like my bolo list was like, be on the lookout for it. It'd be like Toyota Corolla white, Toyota Corolla red, Toyota Corolla brown, and then every color of a Hilux that was available.
The Hilux.
Yeah, the Hilux.
Hilux.
Dude, it was Hilux. You can do it. I'm not doing it. Not here. I'll have a real unsubscribe situation if I do that.
I'm gonna start floating there, dude.
Yeah.
I own an 81 Toyota Hilux.
Yeah. Every time I look at it, my hands start to sweat, and I just go, "Where are the Taliban?" Just start asking where they are. But no, it was a gnarly time. I got to do a lot of different stuff there. I mean, we even took so many casualties that they had to reorganize our whole company, and I ended up becoming a squad leader because of it. So I finished out my last tour the last 3 months roughly as a squad leader. So
What rank did you leave at?
Corporal, E4, and then I got in the IRR and
E4 Mafia.
E4 Mafia, dude.
Mafia.
But then
it's God, like losing again.
It was
I want to
fucking
stress
nightmare.
this.
Yeah.
Like 10 people is. You don't realize when a battalion or anything like that loses that many individuals and how much that is, because a lot of units are like, oh, we lost 1 or 2, and then like we had 16, you had 10.
Jesus.
The second you said 10, I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
you probably had a bunch of Purple Hearts, because it is. If you're losing dudes, you are losing usually. It's not like 1 or 2. It goes from like 1 or 2 to like 10 to 30 guys. Just good. It is a huge difference on your combat zone and where you're going. So when you hear that, and I guessed, I was like, you probably had like 40, 50 Purple Hearts. He's like, yeah, 50.
Oh, yeah. We put them out there. Yeah, there's a few of them. And like the thing was, it wasn't because of like incompetence or anything like that. It was just a lot of war. War is like a number of game of it's a game of numbers. So like the more patrols you do, the higher chance you are that you're going to get hurt, get injured, and then just like increase. We were doing 2 patrols a day. Like it was fucking gnarly. And like we were out there and like just making it up as it went. I remember like but like it was so fucking weird. They sent us these girls. They were called Lionesses. They're called like female engagement teams now, but we called them Lionesses.
Wait, you had what?
They were for like if you came across like women or children, and so according to like their culture, so we wouldn't touch them or get them like literally tossed out and stoned by their community. So they got attached to us. And so like we took them out. It didn't go well. They only went out with me once. They got really scared and like, I don't know, they just didn't know what they were doing.
Did they shoot somebody in an apartment?
No, that wasn't mine, thank God.
Jesus Christ.
Did they mag dump 3 times?
Yeah. Well, like I was told, my CEO's like, hey Zach, I got to take these girls out, and I was like, I don't want to do that. It's fucking dangerous. I don't know anything about them. I'd never seen them before, and I'm not going to take them on a fucking patrol on God's most austere environment. And he goes, I'm the fucking company commander, and I go, good to go, sir. I will take them out.
Hoorah.
Yeah. Hoorah. We say hoorah.
Yeah. Hoorah, big tar.
Yeah, you're a sir. So I took him out. And they're like, this one speaks Pashto. Don't worry, she'll translate for you. And I'm like, cool. I go to this elder. I've known him for a while. I come in there. I peel off a few, Ben Franklin's for him. He's like, yeah, Talib, they're over there, bro. They don't like you. And he would tell me, give me information.
Mister, they're
You got Mister? Yeah, we go Talib.
That
Whoa.
is
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah. So I go up there and I'm trying to talk to him, and I'm like, hey, send me so and so up here. Send me whatever, Lance Corporal Jones, whatever her name was. And I get up there and like he starts talking, and I've got enough like lingo where he's like, ba ba ba, over there in that village. I'm like, all right, cool. And then she looks at him, looks at me, and she goes, I don't know what he's saying. And I go, what do you mean you don't know what he's saying? She goes, that's a weird dialect. And I go, it's not a weird dialect. That's all I fucking speak around here. This is Pashto. She goes, I don't know that language. And I go, what do you mean you don't know Pashto? She goes, you see, Corporal, I only know the language of the Na'vi. And I was like, what the?
I'm sorry, is that?
What the fuck did you just say? She goes, Corporal, I only know the language from the movie Avatar. I go, no, I know where the fuck it's from.
Fucking bro, I swear to God, I was like, I'm gonna sound retarded and I'm gonna get memed. But is that the people from Avatar?
She goes, yes. I go, didn't you go to language?
Speak blue people?
I go, didn't you go to language school? She goes, yes, Corporal, for 3 years. And I go, and all you picked up was the language the guy who made Titanic made up? She goes, yes, Corporal. I go, get in the back of the fucking patrol right now. And like, they sent her back after that. And like the rest of the day, I had to talk to like 4 people in my chain of command. They're like, Bell, what did she tell you? Well, you see, sir, she told me she only knows the language of Avatar. And he goes, the fucking blue people? And like, I was like, yeah.
And I'm gonna stop because I know there's
That was what she told me.
Hold
like
on.
we were covered in sweat. We had just been shot at for an hour, and she's like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I know a lot of you right now is like, he's making that story up. This is wartime military. If you think they gave a fuck on what they were cycling in, hey,
Yeah,
Jim,
dude.
I've told many stories of the people that got let into the infantry with me. That is 100%.
Dude, I was so mad. I was like, I can't leave her here. But like, all she's gonna do is be like, you know, my name's Jake. I'm a Marine from like.
So she was a spook?
No, she was part of this female engagement team, and she allegedly. The other 2 girls were actually pretty cool, but her thing was that she was the language person. So they sent her to the military language school for 3 fucking years.
So she was an Afghani national?
No, she was an American.
Oh.
We had dumped like hundreds of thousands of dollars into teaching her Pashto, but on her off time, she was just like learning language that was probably on Reddit version 1 in 2009, being like, whatever the fuck it is.
Tax dollars well spent.
They needed females to interact with the
women and the kids.
the local females because men aren't allowed to touch women.
If you touch them, they'll get fucking ostracized, taken out of their culture.
Right, yeah.
They'll get fucking stoned to death. And if they-
Side note, I will give a shout out to the females that had it because you had females and males at the only thing that I would never do, which was checkpoint security. And I'm glad I was on missions all the time because that was the only time I was like, that is like you are either having a V-bid pull up or you're a sniper target because you are sitting there, Cody.
Standing still.
Yeah.
You are sitting there letting vehicles in, checking the vehicle, letting them pass.
Yeah.
Out in sector.
Yeah. So
Out.
every time you're like, is this my day? Is this my day? Is this
Yeah.
my day?
Holy shit.
There's a story of the 2 guys who
I got one.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I forgot about this. This was, I want to say this was Wojnowski. Alphabet, I think this was you. We were doing a sector clear. Alphabet went to, there's a vehicle lock. We were just going through each sector. It's like, oh, there's a bad guy house. Well, so he fucking opens the trunk. It's locked. We're like, fucking get it. He's like, arrest the guy. You won't open it. Fucking get it. Trunk won't open. We're like, what the fuck? So he just shotgun clears it, opens it. V-bid.
Shit.
It's just 200 pounds of explosives. He was like, ha! Oh, what the fuck? It's just
run.
yeah.
Back
He's
up,
like,
back up. Yeah.
oh my God. Yeah. We have so many stories like that. Literally, it's like trunk open.
Yeah. Someone called Jeremy Renner.
It's like
Someone called Jeremy
and then
Renner.
you close it. We're good. We'll just mark it on the FBCB too. We'll walk away.
Speaking of Jeremy Renner, well, you don't like
I have a friend.
you don't like Hawkeye?
I have a friend. He's actually a really popular influencer. I can't say who he is because he'd be fucking furious at me because nobody knows he was even in the military. But I have a friend that was
Brandon.
No.
You said it in the military.
I have a friend that was
Obviously fucking Brandon.
I have a
obviously
friend that
Brandon.
was Marine EOD
Brandon.
in 2003. in
Brandon's like,
Iraq.
shut the fuck
I
up.
probably know who it is.
No, you don't.
I bet I do.
I bet you don't.
General Mattis?
No.
Fuck, that's all I got.
Anyways,
Jesse Puller?
He was Marine EOD in 2003, and this is when like EOD was not a refined science yet.
No, it's not.
And He
They don't
talked
get it down.
about, you know, the shit. I asked him about Hurt Locker. He said it was one of the most realistic movies he's ever seen in his life, which Hurt Locker is pretty renowned as being one of the most unrealistic veteran movies ever. And he's
Facts.
like, no, for an EOD guy, that's exactly how we got. He's like, we were allowed to do whatever the fuck we wanted.
Not in my time. Maybe back when Eli was there
2003.
and the M16 was 15. But in my time, we had a little more refined rules. Like
Leaving that you can't leave the gate
like,
with one vehicle.
Yeah, he left. He like leaves at one point. And he's like, "Fuck it, I'm taking a local," and like takes someone hostage. And he's like, "I take bombs out of the fucking ground."
You can't leave.
You can't do that.
You
we had to have
here, just for
we had to have
reference,
eight. We had to have 8 people. Yeah,
you had
8
to have
people.
vehicles. You had like how many vehicles are in this convoy? One,
Yeah.
2, 3. Because you cannot. You have to check out when you're leaving
Yeah.
a fob, unless you're in a Cobb. And he wasn't in a Cobb. He was in a fucking fob. So when you're like, hey, you drive up. If you pull up in a Humvee with fucking one of your bros and be like, hey. They'd be like, get the fuck back.
Yeah.
You'd have just turned around and ran back. Because, again, and then all the dumb shit, when they pull up and there's just abandoned Humvees in that movie, because
Yeah.
they just pull up and they're like, the Humvees are abandoned. And then they walk around the corner and the soldiers are there. I'm like, you don't abandon vehicles.
Ever. There's just too much. There's too much technology as a serialized gear. I mean, like the only thing all my EOD friends told me about that movie that made the least amount of sense to them is like putting on the bomb suit. They're like, dude, it only protects you up to like 5 pounds of like regular dynamite or something. He's like, fuck that. He's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Like.
Yeah.
ROD techs were fucking gnarly in Afghanistan. They were crazy bros. And so the way it works is one guy looks for the bomb and then one guy like sweeps around it. And like this one, I can't remember his name. Let's just say his name's Sergeant Smith. He's like, you want to see how this is done? And I was like, fuck yeah, I want to see how it's done. He takes out his knife and we have an idea where it is. And he just starts fucking digging while his like A team leader guy is just sweeping around him because they're looking for a trigger, a charge, and then trigger, charge, and then a power source. If you find one, you can find all 3. And there was no science other than him with the fucking K-bar, just like scooping it up and then just cutting wires. And I'm pouring sweat, and he's just talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, you just look for it, and if you hit it, whoops, there it is." And like he just kept going. It was insane.
Have you seen the Filipino EOD guys that are still like unearthing landmines from World War II?
Yeah, fuck that.
Those goods are
Christ.
out there with a fucking the fucking shovel. Just
Yeah.
fucking swinging at the ground. And like, he's like, dude, they're like hitting a landmine from World War II. Just grab it, throw it over their shoulder like it's no big fucking deal. It's crazy.
God, how much are they getting paid? You know,
Not
Nothing.
enough. I'm sure.
Sandwiches,
I'm sure.
sandwiches.
Anyways, this guy, he basically said that he got blown the fuck up. He's got one lung. Anyways, but
Jesus.
yeah, he got blown the fuck up bad. But he was there in like 2003, like super early on, and he was at a fucking bar on his like on leave, and whoever was manufacturing all the fucking bombs in his area met him at a bar and knew his name and knew who he was. He's like, it's the scariest moment I've ever had in my fucking life. I was like, Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
where was the bar like overseas?
Yeah,
or
no, it was like in theater, but it was like in a city that was like safe or
green,
whatever.
like
the
green
fuck-
zone
yeah.
type shit.
And
The green zones were fucking huge over there too.
he's like, he just like came up to him at the bar and was like, hey, and like said his full name, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, literally just like, I
was
know,
about to say, it's hard not to stab
I
that
know who
person.
you are, basically. And he's like, it was one of the weirdest fucking things that ever happened to me. But he's like, they had a conversation. It was like some dude that was a fucking not a chemist, but like an engineer that had been like trained out of college, and like now he was building IEDs. And it was the craziest conversation he's ever had in his
Christ.
life. I was like, holy
What
fuck.
do you call broken beer bottles when you stab someone with them?
Weapons of opportunity.
Weapons of opportunity.
Yeah. He's like, I was on LinkedIn one day and now I'm here. And it's good to meet you. You know, it's fine. Yeah.
So Battle Bakaba, that was our last fight in the deployment. Enemies killed 382. This is just my battalion. 382 enemies
Jesus,
killed,
Eli.
100 detained. And that is the last few months of my deployment.
Detained.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, wait, what is this? And they're
I
like,
love
Bak-
you, but I didn't realize that battles that you were in had their own Wikipedia pages.
Oh, dude,
Eli.
I am
does.
amazed
Mine
that
Mine does. Mine does.
I was like, whoa, because we like in Iraq in
What year
Four
is this?
Corners, this is the surge.
Jesus.
Yeah, 07 to 08. This is
You
like
guys didn't even have up armored Humvees. You were just like rolling out aluminum foil out the window.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
You're just like, it doesn't
Remember
work.
what I said earlier when I said, like, hey, there's always a major economic crisis before a big war? You remember when I said that?
Yeah.
You know what? You know what happened right before World War II?
What?
The Great Depression.
Oh,
Yeah, what was that surge you did? What year was that?
2007. That was right before.
Oh, really? What
that.
happened? What happened in 2008 in
Oh,
America?
when I got out of the military, the economic collapse.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
Literally the day.
Like I was saying,
was
when
it?
I got out,
You
they're
mean the
like,
housing crisis?
if you
Is that
wake up and the stock market crashed, we're going to war again. I'm just throwing it out there.
get those shares back.
Yeah, what's The Big Short? If you guys haven't seen it,
such a good movie.
But yeah, I forgot about all. Like I never wars. We tell them every once in a while, but it is always to that level. I always forget. I'm like, wait, what was the battle of like Moke the Deal? Like all those areas. I'm like, oh yeah, we did war. Like Four Corners, war. And Moke the Deal is probably the lighter compared to Baghdad because we lost a majority of our dudes in Baghdad. That was a firefight every day. And I forgot because I always say, I'm like, did we have a firefight? I called my buddy Ennis like last week. I haven't talked to him in years. And he's like, man, we were getting shot at. It was like we did a firefight once a day for like at least 90 days on that break-in period.
Yeah.
That was our break-in period. This is war. I was like, huh. Oh yeah, that was right. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool, yeah.
Just fucking
And
dope.
because of all of you guys, like that's one of the final pushes that like made me want to enlist was because that was such a weird time in the world, like 2006, 7 era, because I was getting ready to enlist, but all that shit was going straight to Live Leak. Like, it's like, what's the war like? Dude, Live Leak enlisted more people than the fucking war bonds tours in the 40s. Used to be like, Ramadi, and you would like pull it up, Baghdad. You'd be like, guys with like bad taste in music would like upload videos and be like, dum, dum, dum.
This guy's gonna die of corn. Yeah,
Killing in the name of. And it's just me like this, putting in a dip, being like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking turn on Toby Keith and I'm just fucking working out in my garage like a
Metallica
psycho.
and murder.
Yeah,
in
dude.
high school,
Yeah.
trying to pass, trying to get that diploma. I'm ready for this.
Dude, Live Leak was like the best website ever. It was literally, and then it took, I don't even know if it's still around anymore, but
No, it's gone.
Cody
shut
has
it
the story
down.
for that one.
No, they shut it down. The guy said, I think the founder of Live Leak came out and was like, I'm sorry I ever made this website. It was something along
But now
those
we have
lines.
Twitter, so we're fine.
Yeah. Twitter's fine. Twitter's fine.
AKA Chinese people getting fucked up in machines.
I lost track of the running total of seeing people die on the internet between X and Instagram, but it's been a while. Every single day.
it might have been better when it was on websites like Live Leak. Like you knew where it was. It was kind of like a door if you opened it. You knew what was going to happen, but now you're just like, I wonder what Cody's doing on Twitter today. And then it's just like death.
The worst one I've ever seen is it's gone now, but there used to be a subreddit called How It Feels to Chew 5 Gum, and it was just people getting fucking murked. It was bad.
Jesus Christ, that's a great name for it.
Because it was every time anybody uploaded anything, it was like, dude getting literally blown into nothing. How it feels to chew 5 gum from the fucking commercials. It was horrible.
Dude, I think r/people dying is still around. Oh, and it's like the Chinese factory incidents where you see the Live Leak corner or the Live Leak logo in the corner coming down. And you're like, no. Just getting spun around machines and shit like that.
There's one that's our real combat footage. That's one that still exists. I don't know. I don't know if it's good to have these things. I kind of liked it there, but it heavily influenced me seeing like guys like Eli, like literally like on rooftops, just like winging it with like deuce gear, and they're like running around shooting RPGs and grenades. It was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, I think the leading people for that now is like the Funker guys, Funker 530
Funker
guys.
530 is so
They
fucking
got
cool.
their own app.
Yeah, it's so good. I love all that stuff. They're always bodying people in the comments. It's pretty epic actually.
Go to X.
A lot of that U word country going into that now.
Dude, X is wild on the content that gets fed to. Well, mine, I'm like, cool. I'm like, oh, there's Cody's bullying. I love it. Fucking okay.
I get a lot of Fight Haven stuff. I get the Fight Haven guy, the fucking creepy.org, Cody just bodying people,
I know.
Brandon bodying people.
I know. I have like my friends. I'm like, yep. Okay, there's somebody dying. Yep, somebody dying. And I follow, I'm very bad. I still need to learn X. I've said it before. I have like 37. I'm following 37 people because I'm just bad. But still, my algorithm is nothing but my friends bullying people to death.
I really need to figure out X out.
Yeah, we all need to
I'm
learn.
scared.
We need to learn from the master.
I don't have the temperament to handle being on that app because I'm gonna see.
You bully your fucking high schools or your college.
Bro.
The
I've
people
spent
you're in
the last
college
48
with.
hours of my life fucking just raging communism simps because Donald
just
Trump,
haven't done it right
Donald
yet.
Trump had that fucking comment about how like, oh, Russia beat the Nazis, and now it's weird because like Donald Trump, right, but like communist sympathizers left, and now all the communist sympathizers are like, yes, Russia beat the Nazis by themselves, and I'm just shitting on all of them, and it's. I can't handle being on X. I'm going to get canceled if I go on there and have to argue with these fucking people.
What is it? As you're saying, it is this quick history lesson. You're going to see, yes, Russia threw a fuck ton of bodies and helped stop the war machine that was Nazi Germany.
Yes, but if your claim to fame is we had the most people die, that's a really shitty stat. I'm sorry. Like,
That's been done.
imagine if I was in the NBA Finals and LeBron dunked on me the most amount of times, and I was like, I deserve to be MVP because I gave up the most points.
No.
That's
Oh my
fucking
God.
stupid.
Did you know about the NBA? That's impressive.
It's more like League of Legends or Call of Duty, like Warzone. It is you and your three buddies are at the top, and that fourth person on that team has a KD of .006. He's died 80 times.
Bro.
Got one kill. He's like,
And then
this is my fucking
You
war.
get all these fucking dudes that simp over. Did you know the USSR actually manufactured more tanks in America during World War II? Oh, did they? Did they really?
You're scaring
Really
me.
interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Who'd America send to the Soviet Union in, I don't know, like fucking 1929 and started their entire industrial revolution when he founded the Stalingrad tractor factory?
Who?
Oh, it was Albert Kahn, aka the architect of fucking Detroit. Literally, America started your entire manufacturing capability, and you're gonna sit here and try to flex on me like that's a fucking big W for communism. How much fucking money did America give to the Soviet Union in the early years of World War II? Like what $11 billion? You're like, oh, that's
much
not a
is
lot.
that today?
That's not a lot of money. It's like fucking $246 billion-ish dollars. What's Russia's military budget right now?
I don't know.
$86 billion.
I don't know.
You gave them
I don't
3
know.
times the annual military fucking budget, and you're gonna come to me and be like, oh, communism's the fucking best. Yeah, when it's funded by fucking capitalism, sure it is.
Yeah.
Why the fuck wouldn't it be?
Hell yeah.
Okay, the same reason you hear everybody like, no, did you know that fucking Cuba has the best healthcare system in the fucking world? And the only reason that Cuba isn't a communist fucking paradise is because America put an embargo on them and refused to do business on them. Yeah, maybe, but explain to me in logical fucking reasoning why it is that a communist fucking utopia can't exist because capitalism isn't going to work with them. It can't exist on its own. They need capitalists to fucking work with them for them to fucking survive, okay? At the end of the day, I've never seen a fucking capitalist trying to build a fucking raft out of shitty, broken fucking tires to swim across shark-infested water to make their way to Florida to fucking escape, okay? Get over it. Communism fucking sucks. You're never going to convince me otherwise. You're fucking wrong. If you think that the USSR single-handedly beat the Nazis in World War II, you're fucking wrong. Objectively speaking, I can't fucking help you. Okay? Did they help? Absolutely. I'm happy to admit that they contributed to beating the Nazis. If you think they did it on their own, it's because you're breathing through your mouth and you're objectively fucking retarded. Those are the only fucking reasons that you would think that. Okay? Furthermore, the only reason that World War II even fucking happened is because the Nazis and the USSR had an agreement that they were gonna go ahead. They're like, oh, go ahead, invade fucking Poland, and we're gonna have separate spheres of influence, and then we're not gonna fight, and then the Nazis attack the USSR anyways, and then they join the fucking Allies, okay? So the USSR is the reason that World War II even fucking happened. You don't get to claim credit for being the only ones that fucking won, okay? Shut the fuck up. I can't fucking handle it. Like, I got 2 sons, and then people are like, oh, you do jujitsu, you're a big fucking tough manly man.
You are.
What if your kids grew up, what if one of them was gay? I don't care at all. They can be gay all they want. It's not gonna bother me at all. But if my child grows up to simp over the USSR or the German military, I'm gonna consider myself a fucking failure as a father because my kid's objectively fucking retarded, okay?
Yeah.
That's not acceptable to me. I fucking hate it.
Dude, going to college with you must be a fuking nightmare.
No, try being a fucking professor.
Your teacher's like, this is college algebra.
So
We just asked you to help us with the problem.
this is Art 101.
Bro, it's terrible.
Everyone in your class is like this.
You guys should see the fucking diatribes that Nick writes. He sends us of arguing with college kids.
Dude, he bullies. That's your Twitter.
Yeah, you do in-person Twitter. You do Twitter and IRL. Like, oh my God.
Have you what's the last battle you've been in on your college frontier?
It was that, actually. Somebody was like, actually, you know, the Soviet Union manufactured more fucking tanks, and it was me just going off. Like, actually, the only reason they could manufacture tanks is because America sent their best fucking engineers to the USSR to teach them how to manufacture tanks. Furthermore, your tanks are shit. Also, America gave you like 4,000 fucking Sherman tanks and 400,000 trucks. Did you know that in 1945, over fucking 3/4 of all the vehicles that the USSR military had were fucking manufactured by America? Go fuck yourself. If you're gonna sit here and be like, communism's better because they can manufacture more shit, only because America's funding you, okay? The only reason that you motherfuckers were running proxy wars in Afghanistan in the 80s and 90s were because America taught you how to do it, because we did it to you in World War II. Go fuck yourself. Communism sucks. Jesus Christ.
Just some kid like this, just being like,
Standing over. Just fucking.
What was the response?
I get it. Oh.
What was the response?
That wasn't real communism. Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. Okay, every problem you have with capitalism, that's not real capitalism.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Get out of here.
we just haven't done it right yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at you,
We're
you're
like
like
one more.
sweating.
We're fucking, bro, like fucking 1, 2, maybe 3 tops. 3 more genocides, and we're going to hammer out this whole communism idea. Okay, look. Communism is fucking stupid. Communism is perfect on paper. Okay, it's the greatest way to live that's ever been devised. The problem with having a perfect work of art is you're trying to apply it to an imperfect canvas, and that is humans. Humans are greedy, arrogant, stupid assholes. Everybody is at some point during the day. It's just a matter of how often you are that person. Everybody's a stupid, arrogant, greedy. This is why fucking roundabouts don't work, right? Roundabouts are basically communism, right? They're the communism of road structures, okay? Are they better on paper? Absolutely. They're way more efficient. Except for Janet is in her fucking minivan trying to hand little Tommy fucking Cheetos while she's trying to take a fucking roundabout at 65 miles an hour, and it doesn't fucking work, okay? Get
It's the
over it.
redistribution of
Humans
pavement.
are dumb, and you have to take it into account when you're trying to build a civilization. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it works.
God, I love you, Nick.
I fucking hate communism. Have I brought this up?
I don't know.
Roundabouts are communism?
Yes.
I love that.
100%.
That's
I
a
get so
that's
mad
a
at it
shirt.
because people will
That's a
stop,
shirt.
and now I get it because people stop it. Like, you have people that go through. They're like, "Oh, no one's coming." I'll go, but some people will yield and they'll just stop,
Just sit there.
go, and you are right. It is
It's
the
communism.
individual.
It's perfect on paper, but people fuck it up.
Yeah, it's exactly like returning your carts, your shopping cart back to the little fucking stall. You can't rely on everyone to do that.
No, you cannot.
And it gets that great internet video that one dude that throws
No,
that.
there's fucking stickers on people's cars and,
And they
shit.
get so
He's still out there, right? Isn't he
Oh,
like
yeah,
doing
he's
that?
still doing internet
Fighting a good
content.
fight?
Dude, he gets
It'll be all right,
so
buddy.
angry.
And then you get fucking.
Hey, look at
and then you get
Yeah,
fucking
take
Tucker Carlson going to Russia, being like, "Oh, fucking Russian grocery stores are so great. You have to put 10 rubles into the grocery cart, and then that incentivizes you to return the grocery cart back to where it was." Yeah, fucking America does that too. It's called Aldi.
Yeah.
Okay, we invented it in West Germany in 1946, right after World War II. Yeah, we do that too.
I
Okay,
literally
I'm
wrote
sorry.
a paper on that in business school. It's the most successful grocery store
Aldi's
chain
the shit.
in the world.
Aldi's the greatest grocery store.
I did
on
a
the
case
planet.
study on it for like a
You
month.
want to know the number one consumer rated best grocery store in America? It's Aldi. You want to know the number 2 store?
H-E-B.
It's Trader Joe. Guess who owns Trader Joe?
Aldi.
Okay, because the Aldi brothers were two German soldiers right after World
I
War
want
II.
to open the grocery store.
They started their own grocery store. Okay, you understand the fucking. You understand?
Let him cook.
Do you understand
Let him
how
cook.
hard it would
He's-
be
he's
to open
cooked.
a fucking grocery store in West Germany in 1946?
Yeah.
They're playing on fucking hardcore mode. Okay, they founded a grocery store. It worked great.
New
Two
Game
brothers,
Plus.
and then in like the 1980s, they're like, I want to have cigarettes. And the other brother's like, I don't want to have cigarettes. And they're like, cool. Let's separate. You run half the Aldis. I'll run the other half of the Aldis. And then we'll just have 2 separate businesses, but we'll work together. And that's what they did. And they had Aldi North and Aldi South in Germany, right? Then they came to America. You can't have Aldi and Aldi in America due to trademarks. So they're like, fuck it, we'll be Aldi and Trader Joe. And that's fucking what's going on in America right now. They're the greatest grocery store
divided in the middle
ever.
They divided right down the middle.
They just divided it.
It's
right.
like it's like
Germany
they
was very
couldn't help
divided.
themselves.
Germany was very. It was like
Was there a wall or something?
There was a wall. He had the Berlin Wall. They had East and West, like capitalism, communism, hungry, fed, that whole shtick. But then they had North and West, which is Aldi North, Aldi South. The 2 brothers. One had cigarettes, one didn't. One became Trader Joe's. The other one's just Aldi. It's the greatest grocery store ever. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's the number one thing that you study like in business school about a company and like understanding scale. Like it's literally like I studied all the economics of it. Everything he says is right.
That's insane. I didn't know there was 2 brothers who were like, hey, we're going to start both of these. Well,
they started together and then separated because of cigarettes. Yeah.
Brothers, they want the tobacco. We have to give it to them.
Nah, I'm not buying it.
Zach, you have a master's in what?
Masters in business.
Oh, okay.
Debating.
Yeah.
Who was the individual that? What are the Tumblr? What are the new
Yeti.
Yetis?
Stanley.
Who's the guy? Is it Stanley Cups?
I don't know.
That dude, yeah, right? Stanley Cups? Stanley Cups.
Those are the ones that are hot right now, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the same dude that did
Crocs.
Crocs.
Yeah.
This dude has 2. He made Crocs fucking awesome. And everyone, if you are our age, you remember when Crocs were the dumbest shit possible. So he was like, this one individual became CEO or marketing. Of
Yeah,
that
he was the
company.
head of product, I think it was at Crocs, and like Croc was actually started by like guys on fucking fishing boats, like crab fishers, because it doesn't slide or whatever. And then someone's like, I can sell the fuck out of these.
So he marketed it and he crushed it. And then Stanley, they hired him. He's like, I can make that cup popular. This is Stanley Cups are non-existent, and this is just like, I got you. And within a fucking year, he turned that company into a multi-billion-dollar company.
Bro, marketing's fascinating.
Are we talking about the burned car situation?
Yeah, they did that too.
Yeah, there's no way that fucking thing survived in a fucking
it did?
burned car. No, I saw that it survived in the burned car.
So
I bet it did.
they actually did
It's a
tests.
solid chunk of metal.
It is, so it didn't keep the one thing, but and that was one of the marketing ploys. That is the same
burn
dude-
cars?
Yeah,
He's been burning customers' cars that show up and they're just like,
But he took
Joe
opportunities.
is over there sweating right now.
She's like, you better get this right. I love my Stanley Cup.
Car
Her
fired.
show is huge on the Stanley. That's how we pay her. Is in Stanley Cups. Yeah. She gets an allotment each month.
damn, dude. There's a full secondary market on that.
Yeah, we send her
Bro.
$200 a month, and she's good 3.
All right,
My fucking so Stanley Cups had like the limited edition collaboration with Starbucks, and my
Same.
wife is like, I want one. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna show up at fucking Target at 8 in the morning. I will stiff arm a middle-aged woman to get one of these cups for my wife. I showed up.
those
My wife
younger
had
moms had
my
no
wife had
chance.
my wife had no idea
She's
that I did
coming
this.
in.
I'm in there just fucking like, Heisman Trophy, fucking stiff arming middle-aged women. We get up. I'm front of the line. I was like, where are the Stanley Cups? They're like, I live in the middle of Iowa. It's like the one Target, and it's like a 50-mile radius before the next fucking Target that has these goddamn Stanley Cups. I just fought a bunch of mostly nurses and CNAs to get to this fucking spot in line, right?
Nick's just a monster in there.
Right. Yeah.
He started at the back. There's
show you how to
women
do
in
an
yoga
armbar.
pants just
These poor
broken.
nurses are in scrubs on their way to work trying to get this fucking cup. I'm like, nah. Anyways, so I get to the front of the line and they're like, we fucked up. And our new employee accidentally put out all the Starbucks Stanley collaboration cups last week, and they sold out before they were even here. So I didn't get one for my wife. So that was unfortunate. But
I went to 3 Targets, had a very similar situation.
really?
Yeah, because
Same
it's
thing?
dude. If you come home, especially
Was it for your wife, too?
It was for my wife and 2 daughters. Yeah.
God, you guys are way better husbands than me.
Well, no,
I
I-
need to step my
Dude.
fucking game up. Savannah, I am
If I
so
can't-
sorry. I didn't.
Dude, if I came home,
I am now in better present, and I need to be a better man because watching you guys.
nah, just play it. They got lead in them. They're getting sick. It's because I care. I knew that. I cared about you. I said, tell her that.
they've already got a bunch of Stanleys, all 3 of them. They're like, my grandfather's
this
rolling
one's
over in his
fucking
grave.
special.
Yeah, no, this one's special. My grandfather used to make one every day for going to work construction. Now it's just something my daughters have like color coded to their outfit. So the whole premise was like, if I show up with 3 of these things, I've got like a good year of getting away with whatever I want. I'd be like, yeah, I fucking fought through like a sea of Lululemon and just to get these for you. But like nowhere had them. It's absolutely insane.
It's wild. They were going up on, I think one sold for 15 grand.
I saw one up for
on eBay.
Yeah.
Cody, one dude
is
did
crazy.
this. This is one guy. The same dude that did Crocs is the one that took over and did Stanley Cups.
That's fucking marketing.
Marketing is wild.
Yeah.
And you have one dude that just comes and he's like, bet I can help you all out. Bet I got this.
He put a handle on it. And he made it
and
fit
then
in
send
cup
it to
holders.
influencers.
But he put it in couple.
Yeah.
It fits in cup holders and cars. He's like looking at it and he's like,
Make it pink.
"You guys thought about handles?" And they're like, "What the fuck? No. What? What? Hey,
There's that.
Get Jeff. If you thought about handles, make them hand. What about if they fit in a cup holder of your car? Holy shit, it's him! The prophecy's real.
It's the guy flying out the window.
And he's just like, that'll be $4 million. And like, all they did was
just approved.
Yeah, they're so big, they literally are a weapon of opportunity. That's what I've been teaching my daughters.
Bro.
Someone gets too close, boom, boom. Just fucking let them have it.
Yeah. I've been talking so much smack to my wife about the Stanley Cups. I've been with my wife forever, and like I'm 5 years ahead of whatever trend she's about to hop on, and I talk so much shit about it. Like when we were first together, I was like,
You hear that? They're calling you stupid.
Lord of the Rings is the best movie series ever.
Fucking incredible.
And she's like,
It's fucking incredible,
That's
dude.
some nerd shit. She goes to college 3 years later. Her roommate loves Lord of the Rings. Guess what my wife loves? Fucking Lord of the Rings now. Okay, everything that I've loved my entire life is just 5 years ahead of the fucking trend. Carhartt, been wearing Carhartt since I was in 8th grade.
Dude, it bothers me. You're talking about shit that bothers me right now. You're talking about shit that bothers me right now.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, when I was poor, my father's name, his preferred name was Bubba, like his father and his father before him. At one point, they called me like Bubba Jr. That was like the nomenclature. It's passed down with my trauma, my pack of Marlboro Reds, and drinking at way too young of an age. But I was being cool. But like everyone I knew that had
I can picture you walking
bro,
around.
you have no idea.
Bro, we're about to become best friends.
Dude, like,
a little diaper smoking a red.
I was 10 years old the first time I had tobacco. Like I was so fucking cool. I lived in trailers. Like best part about living in
We all lived in trailers?
We all lived in trailers. Dude, you can play Nerf guns in a trailer. You could be in one bedroom and in the kitchen just fucking sniping a guy off. All this stuff happened. All the stuff that poor whites did. And now it's fucking fashion and it makes me insane. If I see one Bass Pro Shop hat and that motherfucker can't tie a fishing line, I'm going to take it from him. Like Carhartt, all of it. They're stealing our culture and we've got to take it back.
So
Hating colors before it was cool.
I was talking.
You said that.
I was talking with him, and he's like, "Man, my dream car's an F1. What was it?
Yeah, McLaren. Oh my God, this conversation is
Jesus
amazing.
Christ. So
My
go
dream
ahead.
car, McLaren F1.
He's like-
I love a McLaren. It's my dream car. It's an Eli dream car.
An ultra car, supercar, ultra car,
Ultra car,
literally
mega, super
a fucking
ultra.
race
A MAGA car?
How much do
What?
those cost? $37 million. He's like, yeah, that's my dream car, and I'm over here like, fuck.
What's your dream? Nick, what was your dream car?
My dream car has been an '87 Monte Carlo since
Fuck
I was
yeah,
like
dude.
10. I'm like, I am. Fuck, am I
What
white trash?
edition?
I was like, hey, look, I want an '87 Monte Carlo, or I want like a 2003, 2004 Monte Carlo. The Dale Earnhardt Intimidator edition. That's what I want. That's where I'm at in my life. I was like, shit, I gotta up my game. You guys making me look bad.
Just the number 3 pulling up at 180 horsepower.
Hell yeah, dude.
Isn't that the training day car?
I think
The
it is.
training
I
day
think that's
car.
what he's
A
driving.
Monte Carlo, yeah.
Yeah,
An 86 Monte Carlo, yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
I
a training
love
day
that car.
I
Did we
do
just
too.
become best friends?
Fuck,
I
I
fucking
want
love
to.
that
I've been
car.
trying to
But
find one
have you
forever.
seen the Dale Earnhardt Intimidator version? Because it's
Dale
fucking
Earnhardt.
dope as shit, bro.
The Dale Earnhardt Intimidator 2003, 2004 edition Monte Carlo Dale Earnhardt Intimidator. That's the fucking trailer park ultra car right there. It's
the
incredible.
number 3.
It's fucking hot. I was like,
It's a fucking meth
I
mobile,
was
dude.
joking with him. I was like, you guys are all gonna buy your dream. You're gonna have an F1. You're gonna have your fucking badass truck. I'm gonna pull up in a fucking Fiero. Just like, fuck, it's got a motor in the back and a trunk in the front. It's the
Same
same
thing, brother.
fucking thing. Fuck it. It's got an Iron Duke with 180 horsepower. horsepower. It's got the same motor as the mail truck. Fucking sure, it's gonna catch on fire, but it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll buff out.
Best job I ever had.
Best job ever. Dude, I remember just being excited growing up. Cars had air conditioning. I remember when my mom had a Thunderbird that my grandfather gifted her and had air conditioning. I thought technology had fucking peaked.
Man, fuck you guys.
There's Brooks and Dunn on the radio and AC blowing out the stuff they don't. What is it? The one that's bad for the environment, allegedly.
Oh, the Freon.
It would come out and it would freeze everything. And I was like,
Freon was so cold. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like 100 degrees outside and 30 inside. You could get your cube of ice.
R14? Is it R14 or R13? Because it's 134A now.
Just fucking shooting pollution that erodes the ozone
Yeah,
layer.
With our lighted gas, it's just spewing letting with the wood paneling on the side.
Oh, dude,
if you don't have wood paneling on your station wagon, I was so embarrassed as a child. I would have my parents drop me off a few blocks early and then
hell yeah.
walk to school.
You know how much of those things are fucking worth now? That's all Fred Durst posts on his Instagram is fucking wooden paneled station wagons.
Biscuit Fred Durst?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know why?
Didn't see that coming.
It's because of fucking chickens and Lyndon B. Johnson in 19... You boys ever heard of cafe standards?
Oh, are we getting into this?
No, God.
What are
I want to
cafe
hear it. I
standards?
want to hear it.
Let me tell you a story. You
We're
ever,
not
notice,
talking about chicken.
Wait, gather yourself first.
you ever notice how trucks are, I don't know, fucking enormous now?
Yep.
Right?
King Ranch,
You want to know why?
Why?
It's because emission standards are like, hey, we gotta save the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Your vehicle is only allowed to emit CO2 and pollution in relation to how like volumetrically large the truck is. And the goal that the government had in mind was like, okay, they're going to make the vehicles more efficient. But what
Yeah.
actually happened was the government was like, all right, hear me out. Let's emit the same amount of emission and just make the trucks fucking huge.
Hell yeah.
So that's why all the American trucks are fucking huge now. That's why like the Tacoma is the size. I'm not shitting you. The Tacoma and the Ford Ranger are the same size as a full-size truck in the 1980s, and those are considered a mid-sized to small-sized truck now. And a fucking full-size F-150 right now is like retarded large compared to a truck in the 1980s. So
Yeah,
that's why.
I agree. It is better. Is
Yeah.
that what we're saying?
What?
What does that have to do with chickens? I don't understand. Is it because they used to
Let me
run on
tell
chickens?
you a fucking story.
Oh,
All right,
God.
here's the
It's
deal.
fine. It's fine. Don't yell at me.
No,
Don't yell
fuck
at me.
you.
Don't
Here's
yell
the
at me. Don't
story.
yell at me. Don't yell. Dude,
Chickens.
Drink
You ever heard of the
Bud Lights for
chicken? You ever heard
shame.
of the chicken tax?
Wait,
You ever-
real quick before the chicken tax. It is
How many?
the vehicle size. If you look at why American trucks aren't over in Japan and Europe, it is because how fucking massive
Yeah.
the
They don't fit
trucks-
on the roads.
They will
Yeah.
take up. You cannot park them. Like
That's fine. They don't deserve
period.
them.
That's why I have to listen to all the
You don't fucking deserve
Actually,
it.
Fucking deserve it.
You don't fucking deserve it, dude.
America doesn't have anywhere near as much public transportation as Europe does. It's like, yeah, because Britain's the size of fucking Michigan, and Michigan's like what, the 38th smallest fucking state? Get the
Man,
fuck out of here.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't sit next to homeless
Oh,
people.
God.
Oh no. Like, oh my God.
What is it? Ukraine's the biggest country in Europe by like a lot, and Ukraine is almost as big as Texas. Get the fuck out of here. The UK is 6. If you go the longest amount of distance that you can drive in a straight line in the UK, it's 6 hours. From fucking tip to tip, it's 6 hours in a car.
Let
okay?
them
Houston.
cook. Let them cook.
Yeah.
In Texas, I can leave right now, drive 6 hours, still be in Texas.
Yeah.
be in Dallas.
Sleep, drive another 6 hours, still be in fucking Texas. Sleep, drive 5 more hours, and I'll just barely be in Oklahoma. Get the fuck out of here.
I agree.
That's why we don't
It
have
is
public
better, Nick.
transportation.
Well, they also people for the live show. They were like, oh, you are only it's a live tour and you're in Texas. Yes. Each fucking city is
Brother.
goddamn 6 hours.
Brother.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm flying there. I'm not fucking
We are all
driving.
flying
To the same
every
state.
way. Yeah. We're not driving because it's 6 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours.
Show,
Show.
Joe.
you're peeing. How insane?
She's sitting.
No, I mean, well, you know.
Goddamn dad.
How ridiculous does it sound if I say that like my commute to my job was an hour and a half in a car going 70 miles an hour?
From Ireland.
In like in Europeans' perspective,
Yeah,
how
calculate that in
ridiculous
European
would that
time.
be?
That's a lot. I would say max an hour.
Yeah.
In Ireland, if someone was like, "Oh man, I just drive like if tweak was like, got to go to work. It's an hour and a half away.
Gotta go
Would you
to
be like,
work.
babe, you need to quit?
Yeah.
You're driving to the other side of the country.
Yeah. Gotta go to work.
30 minutes is.
That's max. 30 minutes max.
She's saying 30 minutes is max.
First of all, okay, show some respect, all right? If you're
No, I like her.
If you're gonna make fun of her and her accent,
I'm not
at
making
least-
fun
at
of
least
her.
get
I
all the
think her
fucking
accent's
shit
awesome.
off your shirt.
I hate you. I hate you every time it happened. God damn it.
I was waiting for it. I was like, wait. That's why I was like, you switch now.
Damn, I fucking,
That's the only reason
you
I
fucking
said
got me,
switch.
dude. You fucking got me, dude. I'm so upset right now.
You know what I was on from the
I know,
beginning.
I
2
know.
hours ago. I've been
2
saying
hours
this
ago.
All this
I was like,
bullshit
wait,
about
wait.
chicken taxes was just to lead me down
Oh,
the
no,
road.
the chicken tax
Please,
stuff.
God,
So let me tell you a
no.
story.
Don't yell at me. I'm
Let me
not
tell
the
you a story.
problem. I'm not the
Let me tell you a
problem.
story.
I like veterans. I'm not Brandon.
In the
Please, don't yell at me.
1960s, in the 1960s, after World War II,
Brandon hates us. Please, we need to unite against him.
America was really good at making cock, right? We had so many chickens. We had so many chickens. We
Yeah,
were so
yeah.
good at making
Printed
chickens.
that cock.
We were so good at raising chickens that we
Fuck
could like
yeah,
raise
dude.
chickens in America, slaughter them here, ship them across the fucking ocean, and
Yep.
it was still cheaper than Germany and the rest of Europe could make chickens.
Yeah.
So they were eating all this American chicken, right? And then one day,
The best kind.
the Europeans were like, "This is fucking up our own economy, and our own chicken farmers are going bankrupt.
Yeah.
We're going to tariff the American chicken.
damn
25%
it.
tax on American chicken. Basically ruined the American chicken market, right? And this was like the this was
Then we killed a city or two.
this was the pinnacle of American politics. Like 1960s,
And then
the,
D-Day started.
the chancellor, aka the president of Germany, was like, "Bro, I had more conversations with the Kennedys about getting us to buy chicken than I did about the pending nuclear war
Yeah.
with the USSR." He literally said that. He's like, "You guys were so mad about this." Lyndon B. Johnson gets in office and he's like, "We're going to try to settle this normally." And they're like, "No." And he's like, "Fuck it, fine. I'm going to put a tariff on you guys for potato starch, dextrin, and fucking some other food product, and then cargo vehicles." Cargo vehicles is defined as 2 seats or less and hauls cargo, right? The only reason he did the cargo vehicles was because the president of the UAW, the United Automotive Workers
Union.
was mad
Yeah.
that Germany was importing so many Type 2s, which is the love bus. Remember that fucking thing?
Oh,
The
no,
hippies, like, it was the
shit.
love bus. It was
The
super,
love bus,
They
yeah.
were super popular in America.
It's all over San Diego.
Yeah.
And the
right now.
UAW was super mad about it. So they're like, "Hear me out. We're about to go on strike and cause a major economic fucking problem when you're about to get reelected." Because he became president after JFK was assassinated.
Yeah.
And he's like,
After he had him assassinated?
Or
What?
if you can figure out how to quit getting so many German Type 2s imported into America, I'll make sure we don't go on strike. So he did that. In exchange, they tariffed all imports on cargo vehicles, and that's what basically led to the Love Bus going extinct, because we weren't importing them anymore because it was too expensive. Because Germany wasn't buying enough chickens, so we retaliated by taxing cargo vehicles, which extends to pickup trucks, and that's why I can't get a Hilux, because it's a 25% tax on fucking anything imported. And it's like, still to this day, all the other things we were taxing, fucking potato starch, dexter, all that shit went away. It's just, we're only taxing cargo vehicles, and that's why I can't have a Hilux. I'm really mad about
You
it.
can buy my Hilux if you want to.
Yeah.
Is it
I'll
manual or
just give
automatic?
it to you.
It's
It's manual.
Yeah.
81 Hilux.
I want a
fucking
new one
sick.
now.
It's already got a fucking
Like, I just want
Modus
to be able
mound
to,
on it.
I just want to be able to fucking buy a new Hilux.
Why?
That's all I want.
What are you going to do with it?
Huh?
What are you going to do with it?
Nothing.
I think
I'm
you're
from Iowa.
Just to have it.
Well, it all started
Goddamn
because have you
chickens.
seen the Toyota Champ? It's a flatbed manual.
Oh, no, I have seen. I know something about it. Yeah,
Four cylinder. It's like 10 grand.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
There's a guy at my gym
because,
who has
like,
one.
I have a 4Runner. Like, that's what I like to drive. Like, it's fine. But then, like, I was like, I need a truck to do truck stuff. I also don't want to buy a new F-150 for fucking $85,000. So I just want this flatbed piece of shit for whenever I need to haul a piece of furniture, because I don't like calling in favors to other grown-ass men, because then I owe them a favor and my wife doesn't understand it and it pisses me off.
God, we're so. Oh, that's why I
Dude,
get along.
today-
None of us ask each other to move. I think
It's
for
the worst. It's for that reason.
I will never ask my friend to help move because I'm like, I will.
Then I
fucking-
owe him a favor.
Yes,
See?
I'd rather pay
I'd much rather give him a
somebody
life
than
debt,
ask
yeah.
my friend and be like, "Hey, man, you got a pickup truck. Can I inconvenience you for 2 days?"
My wife
God,
is always
no.
like, why don't you just call your friend so-and-so. And it's like, because then I'm going to owe him a favor. And then when I have to repay that favor, you're going to get mad at me and ask why I have to go help him move for a whole fucking weekend. It's because I owe him a favor.
It's kind of your fault when you think about it.
I am to that T too. I won't even call you the owners, the other co-hosts for this podcast to do ads because I feel like I owe you a favor if I ask you to help do an ad read. Because I'm like, nah, they're probably busy right now.
They don't want to do it.
Fuck, this is my brain set for that entire thing. I'm like, nah, I don't want to inconvenience them.
Bro, I know what my next vlog is going to be about. It's going to be like giving Nick my Hilux just so he'll be happy.
It's funny because I talk smack about you in particular in that video. Goddamn millennials buying all the transit vans, trying to live in them, and I can't get a work truck.
Well, in the Hilux or the
I've
Toyota.
shot a few Hilux. What?
Well,
Jesus Christ. It's the official truck of warfare.
Brother, they blow up real
Sponsored.
good.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sponsored by
for war, mostly.
But they had, if you haven't seen the video we talked about on the drive, here is the Top Gear episode of watching how durable those it's the Hilux, right?
Yes.
Yes, they're way too durable.
This vehicle,
not too-
they
they're
dump it into the ocean. So I didn't remember how long it was in the ocean. How long?
8 hours.
8 hours in the fucking ocean.
This pure salt water.
Here's a
pulled
let it
away
soak.
and then it floated back.
Let the tide bring it in.
They let the tide bring this fucking
fucking
vehicle
sick.
back in.
This mechanic fucking blows it out with an air compressor, puts more oil and coolant in it, and gets
And
it started
sparkless.
in 15 minutes. It's insane.
That's all
And
you
they're
did.
like, fuck, we can't kill it. What else can we do?
They jump it through a RV. It does nothing
They
to
drove
it.
it through an RV. They drove it through a building. Still started. They're like, fuck. They light it on fire. It still started. They're like, fuck it. Let's put it on top of a 7-story building and then control demolition the building with this truck on top. They dug it out of the rubble, and the motherfucker still started.
It had a broken
It's
chassis.
indestructible.
It cracked the chassis, and it's still. They're like, "Can it move?" And it was like, "It's broke," and it still drove off the
I
fucking
want
rubble.
one. I
Bro,
don't.
it's our curse for the portable stars, man.
They're like,
Could their battleships get submerged underwater and make it? Absolutely not. After that, they figured out how to make a truck do it, though. Let me tell you.
God,
It's
imagine
incredible.
if they just did fucking. That's what we see. Their super carriers and their battleships are just fucking giant Toyota Hiluxes out at the sea.
Oh,
they're
fuck.
they're 2,000
Oh, no.
feet. They're like, no.
That's why I want to get all the fucking people on the
Wait.
the Chinese military is better than America. They're going to win in a war, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I mean,
Let them
we're
come.
probably not going to have to fight. We're just going to have to, like, give Japan, like, all right, fucking go ahead, do it again. It's all fun and games until you're going up against the
Still no
IJN Hilux battleship. Here you lose. I
That
don't care what you say.
transforms into a Gundam. And
Damn, that's kind of cool.
we're just beaming across China.
The American sailors would be like,
Yeah. Holy shit, it's a Gundam. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't care. That's why I like the 4Runner. It's like 4Runner or Tacoma. Tacoma's made in Mexico. 4Runner made in Japan. I'm buying the 4Runner. It's indestructible. I don't care what you say. That thing's gonna run forever.
Dude, I just picture their entire military fleet. It's just the Hilux at the front, and the rest is whatever. It's like
Don't
a
even
super
care.
carrier.
It don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The tank,
Doesn't matter.
It's a tank after the Helix and the ride. So like, this is what we do now. Stamp the Toyota. We're fucking golden.
Toyota's so good.
so people fuck goats.
Yeah, no, I saw that too actually, but the main one was the donkey. There was if you're a hoofed animal in Afghanistan, I'm sorry I didn't kill you. I'm so sorry. I tried my best. You had no good life. I mean, if
It's the worst class to be
if you're a
reincarnated
hoofed
in.
animal,
Hoofed animal, Afghanistan, bad
yeah,
time.
I always think about like the
They're
guy.
watching this podcast mad.
Yeah, just like this sucks. This sucks.
Just raging right now.
No, it was rough. Yeah, that was it was good stuff. But yeah, that's what happened. I'll never forget it. It was my friend's birthday. It's a good time.
It's a big takeaway
It's a
from this
fucking-
podcast. Like, don't be a hoofed animal in Afghanistan.
Don't be a hoofed animal in Afghanistan.
Chickens are preventing good automobiles.
But I think, Cody, is it time to close this out and move to the after show?
We'll close this out. Guys, please check out the after show on Patreon. I am ending the Unsubscribed podcast right now. Like I said earlier, I'm joined by Eli, Double Tap, Nick, Fat Electrician, Veteran with the Sign, Zach, and myself, Donut. Thank you so much for joining us. Go to Patreon.
Zach, where can we find you at, you beautiful, sexy mofo?
Veteran with the Sign everywhere. I've also got a YouTube page, which I'm trying to launch, and I have a podcast on there, After Action Podcast. It's really fun. It's hard. I interviewed the cop who took down the school shooter in Nashville, and Christian Craighead is my most recent episode. But yeah,
Where's
it's
it
fun.
at?
It's After Action Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it can go. So yeah, thank you all. This is fun. This has actually been great.
Yeah.
Where's Brandon?
Brandon.
We miss Brandon. I love Brandon. Brandon.